What's up,
Palm
Sapphire
Beach
Scribe?
County, right? Hey, what's up, Scribe?
Hello, hello.
Introduce yourself. Tell everybody where we can find you. And yeah, nice to have you here.
Yo, it's nice to be here. I'm the Sapphire Scribe with the Hard Light Network. You can check out my stuff on YouTube. I've also got a Discord.
Nice. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I was asking Scribe, this is his first time with us, so I wanted to get what his positions are. Is he a conservative?
What I'm about to tell you is considered to be an information hazard. Information that just by knowing it is potentially harmful to yourself and to others.
As you can see in the video and
The thought experiment that is Rocco's Basilisk starts like this. Suppose that in the future we are able to create a hyper-intelligent AI. We then ask that AI to help us optimize all aspects of human civilization. But then, for reasons unknowable to beings like us, it decides that the first step towards optimization starts with inflicting eternal torment on every single human being that didn't want it to come to fruition in the first place. Here is where the basilisk really rears its head. If its creation and its revenge are a real possibility in the future, shouldn't you, all of you, right now, start advocating for its creation or help build it yourself to escape eternal torment and anguish?
Recently released CIA documents refer to the feasibility of remote control of animals, and that special investigations will be conducted toward the application of selected elements of these techniques to man.
We knew damn well we didn't want anyone else to know what we were doing.
The CIA secretly commissioned a study of communist brainwashing methods at the Cornell University Medical Center.
It could be terrible, and it could be great. It's not clear.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, we will not control it.
Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men. Machine men with machine minds and machine hearts.
And remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, oh yes they would.
Scribe.
Scribe?
Sapphire Scribe. Yo.
What are your politics, Sapphire Scribe?
I'm not really too actively engaged in the political sphere right now. Alrighty, hello fellow travelers and welcome to the Hard Light Network. So today we're going to be joined by our fellow travelers from over at Intrigued Live. They'll be joining us for the main event this evening, so you guys can look forward to that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I saw a few of you in the comments already. We've got a big show planned for you guys tonight. Lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff going on in the political world right now. Congress just had an AI summit, an AI meeting today. On top of that, there's also other developments in the AI sphere as well. Lots of stuff happening. So we're going to cover all of that pretty much on the show this evening. We also are going to talk about the lithium supervolcano that was recently discovered, and maybe get into some little bit of an alien talk, a little bit of alien stuff going on as well. So lots of crazy stuff, lots of stuff going on in the world, lots of stuff going on in the show tonight. So looking forward to it with you guys. Like I said, later on we're going to be joined by a few fellow travelers. We're going to cover all of these topics, and our goal tonight is to discuss the potential impact of these developments, not only on our day-to-day life, but on the broader big picture stuff as far as nationwide and globally. So there's definitely a lot of stuff happening in the world. So lots of stuff to cover. Looking forward to it. Really excited for tonight's show, guys. Thank you guys for coming, and welcome to the Hard Light Network. But for now, we're going to sit back, relax, and we're going to play some Synthetic while we wait on the main event to start. Synthetic, pretty good little top-down shooter. We're going to run this. We're going to run this show for you guys. We just got to get this thing to launch here. There we go. Alrighty. We are running Synthetic. Alrighty, guys. I really couldn't think of a better game for the premise for tonight's show. So we're going to get right into it. Sorry, I keep clicking off there. But we're going to jump right in, then. We're playing as an android human-computer hybrid. We got to prevent Armageddon, guys. That's the name of the game. Tonight's show, preventing Armageddon, bro. Uh-oh. We got no ammo, bro? What is this? This game's hardcore. I don't know how well I'm gonna do, guys. I'm not even gonna play. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna play like I got it like that. Fellas, this is a serious game for serious players, alright? This is the look at the future of the Warfront, okay? China is gonna put us, they're gonna launch us headfirst into this reality. Jeez Louise. Oh. Got him. All right. Okay. We're doing it. We're throwing down. All right. We're gonna hold our own. Humanity is not over. I don't know what that freaking beeping noise is, bro, but it's ominous. Sheesh. I guess I keep ejecting my freaking magazine like an idiot. This is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. So I haven't played this game before tonight, guys. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I should have probably done a dry run before playing, but it's all good. I'm having a good time. Hey. See, this is what this is another topic we're gonna touch on later tonight. Is human-computer relations, human-robot relations, you know. The android kind of represents the stepping stone, the bridge between the human world and the robot world, right? So I wonder if, with these developments that we're seeing currently, if we're going to see the rise of augmentations or androids IRL. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but there really is like a ton of insane stuff happening in the world right now, guys. We are in for a ton. Your boy got the heavy flat cannon. I'm killing it. I don't even know where to go. I just wasted an entire magazine. If chat knows where to send me, you should tell me. Because I'm stuck. Okay. I found where to go, guys. I love this gun. This gun is sick. Yeah, get the hell up out of here. Yeah. I got it going on, guys. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna save the human race. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is a fun time streaming. This is I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. You know, not to say that I thought I would dislike it, obviously, but you know, I just didn't think I would take to it as much as I have. And you know, I've clearly got a lot to learn. I'm still working on stuff, but it's really fun. You know, this is not hard for me. This isn't something that, you know, I'm struggling to do. There's obviously, you know, little challenges here, but you know, once we get into the content for tonight, there's lots of stuff that, you know, pretty much just wrote itself. There's a lot of stuff going on that is just so crazy that, you know, you really don't have to try hard to get content anymore. Pretty much everything is content. You just gotta know where to look for it. Ooh. Got him. Hey! You just gotta go hard. That's all you gotta do. See, that's the thing the machines don't expect. The machines don't ever expect you to go hard. Alright, fellas. We traveled to the new map. Uh-oh. Alright. How are we gonna approach this situation, guys? Stealth gameplay? Oh! He's serious. He's We should always go with the heavy flat cannon. That should probably always be our answer. Ooh, they're firing mortars at us, huh? Only got one shot left. Nice. Use the mortar to take itself out. See, that's tactics, that's strategy. A computer would never do something. Alright, guys. Mission, we failed. I don't even know if we made it through the first mission before Armageddon happened, so we're done for, guys. If left in my hands, Armageddon comes, it takes us all. Last man standing against the robots. It was me, and I let you guys down. Let's run it. This is a fun little game. I had never played it before tonight. Oh, okay. So the maps are different. This is sick. I had never played this game before. Hopefully, I will get good relatively quickly, so I don't bore you guys. But man, I'm very excited for tonight. I wonder if it's possible if we will go this route. Oh, crap. I wonder if it's possible to grow this route with the combat drones that are currently in development. I don't know why they would take it a bipedal route. It seems more realistic to... It seems more realistic to go with the unmanned drones, kind of like the small helicopter, quadcopter drones that they've got already. The small all ATV, unmanned ATVs are another good option that's currently already in production with China and being deployed along the border with India right now. So there's things that we're already engaging in the battlefield that are in the realm of science fiction, but I don't see a real need to take it into a bipedal territory. There's not really a robot that functions as well as a human, so a bipedal robot that functions as a human. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This unmanned vehicle right here with like a sentry turret. That's something that we already have IRL. That's something that exists. China has already developed multiple models of these and has deployed them along the border with India. But this is something that we're more likely to see as warfare progresses because, you know, the demographic situation just isn't going to change. Countries are going to get smaller, and the way that they're going to project force in the future is going to be through unmanned combat vehicles. They're going to use turrets. They're going to use drones. It's going to be not limited to aircraft, but it's also going to be land and sea units as well. But I think the jury's still out on whether or not, like I said, we see these robot soldier types. Yeah, we healed. What? Only I'm allowed to do that. I got the sniper up here. Ooh, shields down. Oh. See, this game is cool because it makes you watch your resource consumption as well. Ammo is definitely not an infinite value, and I need to abandon some of the shooter conventions that I've picked up over the years just to even compete. It's a pretty cool little game. I like the tactics that the enemies actually use. They're putting out mines. I guess the gun has infinite ammo, or just has like an incredibly large amount. Ooh, baby. Nice, nice. Ooh, stun locked me. Guys, thank you so much for watching again. After we get through this first hour, we're just we're waiting until 9 o'clock. We're gonna get a little bit of gaming in, and then we're gonna be getting into the main event. I appreciate you guys for dropping in a little early. Every show is gonna go like this. The first hour is gonna be gaming. We're gonna do a little light gaming. We're gonna do try to do something that's related to the topic. Then for the from 9 to 11 every Wednesday, we're gonna be doing the main event. We're gonna be talking about current events, technology, anything that really pops up that is relevant to our to the channel here. And that's everything from art to technology, video games, and current events related, right? Anything that hopefully will keep you guys entertained on a Wednesday evening in between episodes of Like Us Talks, the podcast. Jeez Louise. Boy, here got some serious. The Mediball, it's repairing itself, alright? We're gonna get up out of here, fellas. I don't think our pistol's gonna cut it. Ah, based. Oof. Get that. Oh, jeez. I dropped the ball there hard, guys. Okay, all right, didn't do too bad. I mean, score of 8, can't beat it. Can't really beat it. I mean, I don't know. Score A+. Okay, see, we're doing all right, guys. We could build it up on the accuracy. Maybe get those headshots, bump up those numbers on the headshots there. Definitely a little light on the kills. I don't like the Masonic 33 kills. That was not intentional. But, your boy is hitting the A+, so can't be mad about it. It was fun. It's cool. First time really playing this game. My main thoughts on it, like I said, is that I think it's really cool that you have to kind of abandon the mindset that was created by the majority of games in the modern era. You know, you don't have an unlimited number of resources to burn through. I feel like all of it's pretty balanced. The guns are really cool. They feel weighty. It feels fun to play. It's definitely worth checking it out. This game is synthetic if you haven't seen it before. It's definitely really fun, and it goes on sale pretty frequently. It's not super expensive at all, so check it out if you guys are interested. And we're going to play a couple more rounds here, like I said, before we get into the main event. If you guys are joining me just now, if you guys are just now getting here, hello, fellow traveler, and welcome to the Hard Light Network. Today we're going to be covering the AI Summit, the Lithium Supervolcano, Mexico's Little Gray Mummies, and more. So stick around for the main event coming up here in about 20 minutes. We're going to be joined by our fellow travelers from Intrigued Live. And tonight, our goal is to discuss the potential impact of these developments, not just in our day-to-day life, but in the larger aspect of the country and the global system at large. So thank you guys for checking it out. We're playing Synthetic. We're having a good time. It's a fun game. It's really cool. I'm going to do a couple more rounds, and then we're going to get into the main event. We're going to check out the Discord and see if our homies are chilling, ready to get into the main event. So let's just hit a few more of these.
Ready.
If you guys have any feedback, please leave it in the comments. You know, I want to make these shows better. I'm working on them every day, even on days that I'm not at work. Days that I do go to work, pretty much every moment of free time, as my wife will attest, is spent building this channel. You know, I want it to be something that is a staple for you guys. I want it to be a place where you guys can come in the middle of the week and have some reliable content, something that, you know, is not going to create too much of an issue for you, not going to be too hard to chew on, easy to digest, fun, light stuff that, you know, can get you through the week, hopefully. I was about to get put down by a basic, guys. You freaking demolished my shields. But yeah, like I said, we're working real hard on the channel, guys, and your feedback is always welcome, I promise. I want to know how to make this better. I want to know what you guys want to see. I want to know what kind of content we can get into that is going to draw you guys in, bring you back every week. You know, and the more you guys participate, the faster and the easier I'll be able to make that happen. You know, you guys are the reason why this channel exists. You know, I'm gonna give it a good college try. I'm not gonna just bail like most people do that start up a YouTube channel. You know, I'm here for the long haul, and while I'm here, I want it to be an endeavor that's worth pursuing. So, you know, give me your feedback. It's much appreciated. Put it in the comments section or hit me up in the DMs. If you wanted to join our Discord, the link is in the description. We're going to do callers at the end of the show if anybody's waiting. You guys can call in and talk about anything that's relevant to tonight's topic. Like I said, tonight's topic is going to be AI driven primarily, but there's a couple other subjects as well that we can talk about, such as aliens and China. So if you guys got anything you want to talk about, jump in the Discord and hang out in the queue, and we'll drag you in at the end of the show. How likely is it, guys, do you think that we're going to have a half-human, half-robot savior figure that's going to Rescue us, John Connor style, from the Terminator bots, huh? What's the running theory, guys? Huh? What does your robot apocalypse look like? I want to know. I want to know in the comments. How do you guys think this AI development is going to contribute to the rapid downfall of humanity? And if you're pro AI, actually, if you're going to be a little bit of a, if you're going to be a little spicy in the comments and you're going to be pro AI, that's not a problem. Explain to me why. Tell me why. We're actually gonna cover that a little bit later on. There's a couple people that are pro AI, and I think that's an interesting take. I used to be a lot more pro AI back in the day when I was a little more idealistic, a little bit more of a fan of Star Wars and the like. But you know, I've come to completely reject the AI paradigm. I'm not into what's going on with AI developments right now. It's freaking me out. So we're gonna talk about that stuff, and I hope it doesn't get too crazy, get too drawn out, because truth is stranger than fiction on this one, guys. I'm not even gonna play. There's so much stuff that even growing up I never thought that I would ever see. Stuff that really is getting kind of uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a big tech guy. I love tech. I love my computer. I love the advancing technologies. I love the idea of bringing the country into a more technologically advanced state. I love some of the technology, not necessarily the concepts, but some of the technology that's going into the 15-minute cities, the green technologies. I like the concepts that are implemented there, but I don't like how they're being implemented by our government, by our state. So I want to cover some of that stuff because, no matter whether you're for it or against it, it seems like it's the direction that it's going in. It's going to be widely implemented, and with some of the developments that we've got going on right now, that's only more and more certain as the days go on. The fact that Congress even got together to have this AI summit speaks volumes of how seriously they take it as a development. And, excuse me, I think that, it would definitely benefit the average person to pay attention at least a little bit to it, because we're going to see massive changes to the way that society is structured, the way that our daily lives function, and it's going to happen so fast. It's going to be very disorienting if you're not keeping up with it. So hopefully, part of the goal of the channel here is that week by week, we're going to be talking about tech updates and, just from one regular Joe to another. I want to try and explain from my point of view how you guys can implement some of this stuff into your daily life, how you can be prepared for some of these developments, and because I don't think that it's going to be, really, honestly, I don't think that this is a doomsday scenario that we're looking at. I think there's a period of great potential here, not just for us as individuals, but for humanity at large, for society at large. And, I'm just not as I'm not as discouraged by the social engineers or the rich people or the shadow government or the rich men north of Richmond or whatever you want to call them. I'm not intimidated by it. I'm not scared of the conspiracies because I've got a little more hope in the future of humanity. I've got a little more hope in common humanity than that. I think that we can pull together and we can do some pretty crazy things with the technology that's at our disposal. And, this channel is hopefully going to be on keeping track of that and on the very forefront of it. I want to grow this into something that is making money, that's productive. I want it to help other people. I want to encourage artists to follow their passions. I want to build more projects. I want to have facilities that can support these projects as well. So we've got a plan. We've got a direction that we're going in, and it's really cool to see how this is working out for us right here at the start. I feel so good about this project. It's crazy. After my first stream last week, I was filled with so much energy. I really felt like invigorated by just coming on here and sharing a good time with you guys. It was fun. It was meaningful, and it's gonna last. It's something that it's now on YouTube that, you know, for years and years, hopefully, you know, people are gonna look back on and enjoy. And I know that I will, you know, because this is for me gonna mark a lot of memories that, you know, hopefully are gonna stand out. You know, this is something that I've got a really good feeling about, guys. I really, really do. But we're going to check on the Discord here. We've got about 10 minutes until we switch on over to the main event. That'll be happening here shortly. Let's do one more round of Synthetic, you guys. Remember, this is Synthetic. It's a cool game. Definitely on brand for tonight's discussion. You know, 1980s America. Love it. Love the 80s throwback. 1980s futuristic dystopia. Android saves humanity from runaway AI menace. You know, couldn't be more relevant to today's discussion, especially. So we're going to get back into it. Probably going to do one more round before we get into the show, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching. And let's run this last round before we get on to the main event.
Ready.
Based. Oh, okay. Got ourselves a little bit of a situation here, guys. We're gonna get out of it there. Yeah. Okay. All right, that was pretty sick. That was a pretty sick little exchange there. Tripped the alarm, didn't matter. Beasted all over him. I love the burst style weapon in here. Where's our exit at, guys? Maybe the Roomba can tell us. We just start interrogating the Roomba. There we go. Didn't even have to hurt the Roomba. It's gonna be a hard one. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh no! They got around me, guys. I don't know. This might be it. Hey. Upgrade, baby. There we go. What? Oh, did I die? I guess the black market teleporter prevented me from dying, guys. I went up against the super cannon, I guess. There we go. No, alright, we're done. Nice, it was cool. Got the rocket launcher, pretty sick, pretty sick. Gotta be, I don't know. I definitely need to run a few more games of this before I really know what's going on. I'm not quite sure what, I think it's just like a fun top-down shooter, you know. Drop in, drop out, have a good time. But we're gonna move on to the main event. I think that it's time to jump on to the main show. So we're going to head on over to live. Shut down this game here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching the game stream. We're done with Synthetic for tonight. It was a fun time, but we are finished with it. We're going to move on to the main event, and we are waiting for our homies from Intrigue Live to jump into the chat. That being said, let's introduce it for you guys. Today we got alien mummies, killer robots, and super volcanoes. Thank you guys for tuning in to this broadcast. I hope you're all having a based evening. And if you're just now joining us, hello, fellow traveler, and welcome to the Hard Light Network. Tonight's show is an interesting one with lots happening, from alien mummies in Mexico to monkey bones in outer space, as well as killer robots and super volcanoes. We've got a lot to cover, but first, you don't want to miss out on everything else we've got prepared for you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel for even more. Appreciate you guys for watching. This is going to be a great time tonight. I see Justin is in the chat right now, so we're going to drag him in, and then we're going to wait for Todd. We're going to bring Justin in, and he can introduce himself and his content to you guys. Justin, hello. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Scribe? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Just got finished playing Synthetic.
Nice.
Have
you
you
screen here or
do what?
are you doing screen share on here?
Yeah, I'm gonna start it up as soon as Todd jumps in here, or if he takes more than a few minutes, then we'll jump in. We'll just jump right into it, and he can jump in where
All right,
and join
sounds
us. But yeah, man, have you ever seen Synthetic?
No, I've been out of the gaming spot for a little bit now. I play a little bit of Fortnite every once in a while.
Based, a little bit of a Turkey Tom grind set there on the Fortnite.
Yeah. Some Call of Duty Mobile here and there.
Yeah?
I used to get down on that a lot. But it's very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, bro. Speaking of, yesterday was National Video Games Day.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yesterday was National Video Games Day. Today we got the AI stuff happening.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into that. You know me, like I love I'm a little bit of a nihilist when it comes to the AI. So
Yeah, bro. See, I'm kind of glad because it'll balance it out. You and Todd are kind of on that. I'm a little more hopeful about what's going on in the near future anyway.
You're very white-pilled, my friend.
I am. I'm feeling good, bro. Especially like since we really started the show. It's like I don't know. I don't know if you felt that way when you guys started Intrigue, but just like doing the show just gives you energy, bro.
It does. It actually carries over into like your personal life too. Like, so I used to have like this fear of public speaking, and then when we started doing it, it like just went away. And like now I'm very comfortable when I have like work meetings and stuff, and I have to have like discussions. Like if there's a lot of people there, I just don't care. It's just, and you know, out in public, same thing. It's you just kind of get over it, and it's weird because it's all digital, but somehow it carries over into the real world.
No, absolutely. You know, and especially like I was saying, how you just get energy from doing it. The day after my first show, I was feeling really good. My mood was up. You know, I was ready to hit the day at work. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's for everybody, but I definitely took to it a lot better than I thought I would. But
yeah, no, it's definitely, especially if you feel like you're an extrovert. So yeah. No, yeah, it makes you feel good. Like, you feel productive. It makes you want to be productive in other ways.
Yes, absolutely. But we got Todd. What's up, Todd?
Yo, what's up, bro? You got me?
Yeah, bro.
Nice. What's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. We're gonna get into it. We got this whole show for you guys.
I'm ready, bro. Of course, from 8 o'clock until 8:50, nobody wanted to talk to me, and then at 8:50, when I'm getting ready to stream, you know, there was important stuff that needed to be discussed. So I'm like, you know, I was trying to be 5 minutes early. Like, Justin's already got me for CPT. Yeah. Justin's already slandering my good name. Like, dude, I had to cancel on that guy Wick. My AC went out this week again. I've been I'm still so blessed, but like you have these little small problems, and you're like, woe is me, you know?
Yeah.
I really do still. I mean, I worried about my bulldog dying, but
First
other than
world
that,
problems, my friend.
bro, for real.
My friend Scribe over here is probably like, that's the benefit of being in America. Like in other countries, you don't have the luxury of complaining about an AC.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm ready. I have I'm just gonna go with it. You lead, I'll follow, so I don't derail so much.
This is your show, Scribe. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming. Before we get into it, I did want you guys to kind of plug Intrigue a little bit. Give like the quick rundown, talk about you guys' show, and let people know where to find you guys outside of here.
Sure, Todd, you want me to do that? Or you want to do it?
Man, you got it, bro. Go ahead. You're good at that.
All right, yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, Todd and I, there's a lot of lore there. I'm gonna try to do a Cliff Notes version, but we started doing these talks on Facebook. It was kind of small. Then that evolved into Politically Provoked. We all had disagreements, went our separate ways. Todd and I decided to start Intrigue Live. We've been kind of on a hiatus for a little bit. I haven't had access to my computer. Long story there. But so we started Intrigue Live. The show is it's mostly politics. We get into some conspiracy theories. We like to have people on of all different viewpoints, kind of like delve into like what makes them have those beliefs on those viewpoints, and then we fight, we argue, and then at the end of the day, we have a handshake, and we're all boys. So that's kind of the basis of it. We get into a little bit of sports, pop culture, what's going on in the world, and then of course, we'll cover some internet drama when it's going down.
Nice. Yeah, man. That's actually what drew me to you guys. I remember I got recommended to your guys' channel by Wally, actually, and he the coolest thing that I saw was that, like you said, you had so many different people with so many different viewpoints, and you guys weren't shying away from the hard conversations, and you weren't pulling punches when talking with each other, but it wasn't something where it felt like you were kind of like feeding into one or the other. And I think that kind of goes along with you and Todd having different viewpoints on key areas, but being able to come together and agree on, having a show together and being bros outside of it.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to be said about that. I think that's kind of, we need that right now. We need to see that there's people who can be diametrically opposed politically, but at the end of the day, best of friends. And, that's how Todd and I are. We've developed pretty close friendship, and, I don't think we can get any further from each other on the political spectrum. We'll fight about politics, but that, we care about each other. We care about each other's families, those kinds of things.
And I think I fight with everybody. I'm starting to learn, like, how your parents tell you that, like, you're always fighting with people. So I do, even whether it's Discord, Twitter, I do fight with people. But no, I generally enjoy the partnership I have with Justin. And again, we are far apart from each other politically. So, but we're looking at beginning of the year, we're going to start ramping up some stuff. So stay tuned, bear with us, and we'll be over here for a little bit, and then we're going to ramp back up here.
Yeah, and Scribe, you've kind of become like our third member, and the three of us kind of balance each other out. I don't know if you like this term, Scribe, but you're kind of like in the center. There's things that sometimes I'm like, I agree with Scribe there, and then there's times where he'll say stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fourth member, don't forget about don't forget about our ANCAP stepson we have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, our redheaded stepchild. So
yeah, he pisses me off too.
yeah. And again, it's kind of like we all iron sharpens iron too. We'll have some deep discussions and we'll test each other's logic. And be like, yo, 3 days ago you said this, but today you're saying this. Make it make sense. And then literally they will have to, we'll hold and like nobody really shills for each other. You know what I mean? Like if you're wrong, you're wrong. And that's where we leave it,
And that's
of course I'm never wrong, so
yeah. Exactly. That's why I got you on the show so much, bro.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are, man. I don't know which direction you want to go, but I am looking forward to this discussion. I really did enjoy last week too. It was cool.
Yeah, man.
It's
and
cool
then
not talking about politics. You know what I mean? It is cool talking about other things. So.
yeah, and there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that happening tonight. But we got plenty of time, and there's I think about twice as much just on the top sheet on this week's episode as last week's episode. So we got quite a bit to go over, and we're doing a pretty good pace right now. We're only 5 minutes into the actual main event time, or 10 minutes into the actual main event time. So we're doing good, and we'll jump right into it. But these are the guys over at Intrigue Live. Check them out. Go subscribe to the channel. Like they said, they're really solid dudes that, they can get into politics. They don't have a hard time talking about the real issues, and they've got real opinions about what they're talking about. These guys, what drew me to them is that they're not just like partisan talking heads. These guys actually believe what they think. I believe what they say. So, that's refreshing. That's nice, regardless of what side people land on. Just the fact that you guys are genuine is something that that really drew me to you guys' show, and it's a big part of the reason why I've supported you guys so much, because that's also something that's really lacking. And final point on just the intro. That there really are like two camps in the social media space when it comes to those types of people. There's people that are willing to bridge the gap, that are willing to cooperate and be productive. And then there's people that are just toxic, and they are sycophantic for their side. They're not genuine. Like you said, that they'll shill for people that they know are wrong on topics, regardless of how they personally feel or how they should morally feel about a situation. And, that's something that, causes me to personally just lose respect for people and turn off. So, respect where it's due. I appreciate, you guys being so genuine and, putting in the effort to actually have a conversation. So that's why I support you guys.
Thanks, Scribe.
Absolutely.
Thanks, brother.
Well said, man.
I appreciate you guys, man, for real. But let's get into it. Let's get into the show. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll start sharing screen, and you guys can just look on over. But the stream will be able to see me. The stream will be able to see me no problem through my screen. We're going to move on over here to, can you guys see the mummies in Mexico? The alien mummies found in Mexico. What's up with that?
Is that Yoda?
Yeah, look at this. Look at the little mummy, bro. Have you guys seen it?
Dude,
Todd, are you
that's
looking
wish.com, ET. That is like bootleg Yoda, bro. And here's my problem. We've been arguing, and I'm not going to derail this in the evolutionary conversation, but I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in evolution. So I say they're fake. And it's funny, they had Giorgio Tatsukis, the dude from whatever is, the guy, the aliens guy, Giorgio, and they had him on, and he was all into it. He believes it. And, and like I said, as soon as I heard carbon-14 dating, I'm like, fakes. I'm like statues. You know what I mean? Pottery, dude. They look like garden gnomes. So that's God made man, and that's it.
Have you seen the movie Don't Look
the
Up?
Only people in this universe is humans made by God. But anyway, that's my thought on it. Go ahead. Don't Look Up. Never seen it.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Well, what's your take? What's your take, Justin? I want to hear.
Well, I don't think that aliens are coming to Earth, but to think that in this universe that we're alone, I think it's just naive. Even if there is, I think that a lot of people don't want to believe that there's aliens because they think that that denies that there's that God exists. But I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. I think there's room for God, and there's room for the possibility that there's life elsewhere, and God gave them the same testaments that He gave us.
Which is a common belief as well, especially with in the more modern era. That's something that it definitely has its roots in the Theosophy movement from the 40s. And it has developed a lot more with the New Age belief system. So you'll have a lot of people in the New Age belief system that, are comfortable with aliens as not just physical beings, but spiritual beings. moral agents, and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm a little closer to Todd's perspective on the issue. I don't think that they're not real, but I don't think that they're what Hollywood makes them out to be. I don't think that I wanted to talk about it because that's funny that Todd immediately was on the hoax, because that's literally the first thing I wrote on the top sheet underneath it.
Yeah, and if there were aliens, it would be time traveling humans from I don't even believe time travel is possible.
What I was
Einstein Rosen bridge, I don't think so. But go ahead.
No. So like my whole theory is that, and I'm actually throwing you guys a bone here, is I think that whole CERN particle accelerator thing that they've got going on, I think that like there's something nefarious with that. And this is me being in good faith with you two gentlemen. I think that if it is anything, if it is real and it's not a hoax, that it's possibly demons or like spirits, or like they've opened up, like they've ripped they've ripped a portal in the space-time continuum, and there's these entities coming through like a parallel dimension or universe or something like that. I think that, which sounds crazy, but I think that's more likely than like an alien coming from 20,000 light years away.
I'll get on board with that.
Well, the thing,
I'd get on board with that.
I think there's something there too, and I just wanted to say that, like, this conversation, like 10 years ago, would have been a little more crazy. I mean, the fact that Congress has now openly come out and said that aliens are visiting the planet is just kind of like, you can't really...
A red flag.
You can't understate...
It's a red flag.
Well, I mean, it opens the door to, like, these conversations. Like, this isn't crazy anymore. We're just spitballing about what the confirmed alien existence is.
Why would they do it now? So they've had all this information, and then as the country starts to take a downturn, right? And whatever else. I mean, I would even go so far and tie it to the impeachment, right? Like, they make this impeachment announcement yesterday, and then they put the aliens out today, and it's like everybody's talking about the aliens, and nobody's talking about impeachment.
Well,
so
the aliens thing is interesting. Let's like
PTE and autism.
Let's
crazy.
Let's do the conspiratorial part, because what if this alien here is like, we'll play the video in a second, but what if this?
What if he did from a Hunter Biden's Coke, and that's how they got like a,
it's like a fentanyl situation.
Yeah, that's how they got to Mexico.
The
dude.
fentanyl alien.
Yeah,
it's the first.
They look like it was on fentanyl. Bro.
He does, bro.
Look like some ghetto ass garden gnomes.
They got his ass in Philly, bro.
Yeah, they got him from down
in the south side of Philly.
My poor town of Philly. Did you see that video? Totally derailed, but dude, guy walks up, shoots somebody right in the head, right in Philly, and my heart goes out. And that's happening in Florida too. But it just seems like we have our stuff together. My heart. I'm a Philly boy through and through. And it just hurts me that seeing the zombie epidemic in Philly, and then, like I said, the senseless acts of violence and people getting killed. I assume they died. I didn't give the status report. They got shot in the head.
I saw that, dude. That guy's
dead. That guy's dead, right? I'm just trying to like maybe live, but
there's no surviving that, bro.
I wanted to tie this in. I wanted to tie this into like.
Go ahead, go back. Yeah, I don't mean to derail.
No, you're good. Look at this alien, right? And then like think about it in this way. What if this is like a War of the Worlds situation where this alien got here for like a visit, and then just calcified when it was exposed to the environment. So this is not like an ancient alien. This is a modern alien that the Congress is talking about. But your boy forgot his suit.
Wait, Congress is talking about this?
Mexico's Congress.
No, our Congress. Remember when they released the information about aliens being real?
Yeah. Sure, our Congress. 2021 is when they started. They started releasing those videos they even got a different name. They're called unidentified aerial phenomenon right now.
Yeah, UAPs.
Right. They're not called UFOs anymore. So possibility. But these were also in the Mexican Congress. Justin.
This one's the Mexican one. Yeah,
the little crackhead Yodas. We'll call him crackhead Yoda, right? Kensington Yoda.
What the? It does look like Yoda, though, right?
Yeah, it does. Right? It really does.
They took E.T. and Yoda, and they were like, "Yo, make me this, bro." That's what they did.
Let's go ahead and play this real fast. We'll watch a couple seconds.
Yo, he is zooted. Look at his eyes, bro.
Too.
He's fucking
zooted. Got that Hunter Biden. Got that Biden.
He built the pyramids, bro.
La diatomea es una alga fosilizada con 17 millones de antigüedad. Es fitoplancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo. Y la diatomea tiene características extraordinarias. Deseca a los cuerpos, no permite el crecimiento de bacterias ni de hongos.
Look how little it
Por
is,
tanto,
man.
permitió preservar estos cuerpos por 1000 años desecados. No se trata de momias, se trata de cuerpos que están íntegros, completos, que no han sido manipulados en su interior.
I don't know. I'm sold. I think.
Are you sold, bro? Listen, it's okay. There's no, we're not going to find out.
The alien,
bro. So let's
Bro,
go.
I just
I'm
wanna
going to
kick
throw
that
you
thing
guys
across
a
the
bone.
room.
I'm gonna get on board because they said this thing was found around Nazca, right? And you had the Nazca lines where they literally cut like the tops of mountains off. So whoever these people were, Peruvian, I'm talking about old back in the day. You guys are familiar with the Nazca lines,
Yeah.
like where they cut these
Yeah, I seen
huge,
Ancient Aliens.
okay, right. I didn't know. We've actually seen Ancient Aliens, I think, in high school. Or the Carl Sagan, is that the Carl Sagan one?
No,
yeah, the Carl Sagan.
Ancient Aliens, man, that came on the History Channel, bro. Yeah, that
No.
crazy hair.
What's the one that Carl Sagan? Yeah, Giorgio Tatsoukas. That's the guy they had on for these mummies. That's why I don't believe it. 'Cause every time I see him he's like he's the Michael Isikoff of reporters. You know what I mean? Who actually wrote an article against Biden today. That's almost as big as a story as these things. But again, we're not going to get political. The point is, they made these. I don't know, man. Is it political?
No, I'm just like, kind of. Like, if these things
ahead.
came down and they're like, yeah, we're here to take over, like, would anybody, like, send, like, look how fucking little this thing is. Like, we'll fucking...
Bro, but
like,
what if they got, like, mental telepathy?
The
they would have to have something. Again, I'm gonna assume that evolution is real for a second. I'm gonna hop in play world, and they would have to evolve.
If a man is under like 5'6", I don't take them seriously. So
Me
like,
neither, but I'm just saying, like, they would have to have. First of all, they would have to have some kind of advanced technology to get here. So they would have exoskeleton, you know what I mean? Exoskeleton or telepathy or force field or like, you know what I mean? So where's the ray gun?
Yeah,
like, what did they come here in?
That's the other part of it. That's the other part of it, Todd.
I'm not buying it.
They would have to if they were extra, because that's what ties it back into like my take on this whole thing. If aliens were actually like extraterrestrial physical creatures, right? Then there'd be evidence. I mean, logically speaking, just from our naturalistic worldview, let's leave politics out of it, let's leave religion out of it, just straight up logical thinking, logical deduction, there would have to be some sort of evidence of like the infrastructure that these aliens would have. Like, we're talking about space rings for them to travel through. We're talking about
unless the Smithsonian took
have you seen the Stargate? Have you guys seen the Stargate?
You know, that's something I did want to talk about. Actually, the freaking Peter Zion was talking about that. Actually, there's rings apparently that is the most likely means of travel, is that we would build a ring, and that the ring would somehow slingshot the spacecraft from ring to ring, kind of like Mass Effect. I don't know if you have seen the technology there, but
yeah.
They're already. This is the thing that's blowing my mind.
That'd be so dope if we could get that here on Earth. Like, you just like go through the ring and you're in Japan.
Well, you have to do something, because to get faster than the speed of light, you would have to have something in the front of the craft that would have to bend. You know what I mean? Because remember, if you guys believe in all this other stuff, nothing can go faster than light, right?
Yeah,
if you believe in Einstein,
that's the limit on the simulation, bro.
But you would have to make something that's 500 light years away. You have to go faster than the speed of light, or you're going to have to go into cryo for 500 years till you reach that destination. So I'm just saying,
that's us. That's humans.
That's
organic life as we know it.
Well, you don't think that they have the same time? You don't think that the same rules apply to them as physics? Because then you're just throwing away everything that Einstein and all
their DNA might.
By.
Well, their DNA might decay at a slower rate than our DNA.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
that if aliens are physical creatures, if they're natural creatures that are products of the same evolutionary processes as life here on Earth, right? Then they
carbon based.
Yeah, they would have to be beholden logically to the same sorts of lifestyle. Now, maybe you could get a situation where instead of oxygen, they breathe a different chemical, but it wouldn't be something that is so wildly different than human life that, obviously there's a reason why we conceptualize aliens as like bipedal with like faces and mouths and eyes, and there's a reason why we look at them like they are, because there really aren't like a whole lot of biological models that can advance to the point, that humans have, and let alone beyond that. So anything that is on a technological level higher than us, that is a physical creature, that is from evolution, that came out of the same primordial soup, they would be subject to the same laws of physics, the same. Now they could make technology that can overcome those laws.
What if they've somehow? So two things. What if they've come up with some sort of way that they can slow the aging process? I mean, we've spent probably billions of dollars worth of research trying to come up with something to slow down our aging process. And what if they've done that?
We're getting closer.
And two, throwing you guys another bone in the theological world, wasn't there something that, like, and I'm not as like into this stuff as you guys, but didn't people used to live a lot longer, and something happened and then God punished us by shortening our lifespans? I thought that, like, back in 6,000-7,000 years ago when Moses was walking the earth, I thought people lived a lot longer.
Well,
some people definitely lived.
The pre-Diluvian biblical figures lived for hundreds of years, but if you notice from the timeline, from Adam down to Noah, their lifespans were increasingly short until you got to Noah, who lived much closer in age to like a regular person than, say, Adam, who lived for like 900 years. So,
yeah, but I'm still waiting to explain. God, sorry.
The lifespan thing, and just to answer Justin's thing real quick, the lifespan thing, like, it was a direct consequence of the fall of man. So, instead of living forever, mankind was subject to death. And as the longer that we went on, the longer that time went on, the more accelerated that timetable went, until you got down to where we're at now, where we're kind of compensating for that with technology, which is, all of this ties together, and all of this is like really good points, because, these are the types of discussions that, I mean, look at our leaders. They've already opened the door. They've opened the can of worms, the floodgates. You can't close them now. Like, the aliens are here, and these discussions have to happen. So
well, you can't talk about this if Congress is talking about it. Like, Todd and I have talked about this before. You got to be a little bit skeptical and be like, okay, what, is there an agenda here? And you can't talk about this, and maybe we can do that another night without talking about Project Bluebeam.
I'm taking it as permission to just go full schizo on the internet and talk about aliens. And they've just unleashed the floodgates, bro.
This is wild, though. Like, I didn't know that they were actually confirming. I knew that they were confirming the UAP. I didn't know that they went as far as to say that.
Yeah, no, they confirmed that the physical contact happened. And
really,
that's something that's
and that's not like the top story in the world right now.
It was, but I think the part of it was that we've been inoculated. I mean, they've been talking about what since like 2008, and I mean, honestly, like, if you go back, you can go back further. Like, they've been using aliens as like a propaganda machine since, like I said, War of the Worlds. I mean, it was a radio show adapted from a book, but like when they went live with the radio show, people thought that it was actually happening. They thought aliens were coming to attack. So, I mean, even when you go back in time to a point when, like, sci-fi wasn't like as big as it is now, or as it didn't have as many visual characteristics. There weren't like all these blockbuster movies and video games and stuff. It was literally just like books, then, people were still worried about the threat of like an extraterrestrial creature coming to Earth. So, to the point where, I mean, it created mass hysteria when that program aired.
Yeah, because they didn't tell anybody that it was just a show. Like, they made, like, people that were listening to it thought that it was an actual thing that was happening. The aliens were here and they're taking over.
Yeah, And that's the that's way back then. Think about now, we've gotten to the point where it's like, people are either, they don't believe in aliens, or they do believe in aliens, or they're just indifferent to the idea of them altogether. And I think for real, like until we start seeing them walk around, everyday life, shopping at the store and working menial jobs, I don't think that the alien thing is really gonna matter too much to the average person,
Yeah, until it's like Futurama.
Because we got Zoidberg. That's the real linchpin here. It's like Congress has confirmed that aliens exist. Because
So what did they say? Because I haven't heard anything about this. I've been like out of touch with everything for a minute. So like, what have they confirmed? They said So they said that we've had contact, or they've said that aliens have come here.
The aliens have come here. That they've confirmed the aerial phenomenon. They said that we've received technology from them. Like, this is all like
really
all the conspiracy stuff from like Alex Jones, tinfoil hat, all that stuff confirmed.
Bro, 2023 has been the year for conspiracy theorists.
Yes, bro.
They're just getting win after win.
And then we had the what was it? The rumors of the room temperature superconductor came out. Is that a reality? Is that reality?
I haven't heard about that.
It was literally like a week after the aliens thing. They were like, "All right, we got aliens. Aliens are here." And then like a week later, it was like, "All right, we got room temperature superconductors now."
Yeah, we just procured this room temperature superconductor for 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah, mythical level technology, right? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's been confirmed yet. The room temperature, but if it's, again, wouldn't surprise me. And if it's true, it only confirms all the stuff that I've been telling you guys. The whole Chrome everything is coming. But let's move on from a little bit because we got a whole lot more to cover. Aliens, guys. Mexico mummy aliens, guys. What a time!
This is I think it's a hoax, but
yeah, I think it's a little silly. But like it was good. It's a good segue into a larger discussion. But I just saw the aliens popping up, and I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's weird. But what if aliens taught the ancient Egyptians how to mummify?
And see, it's come full circle now. We're at the aliens, But speaking of our ancient ancestors and aliens, right? So not only have alien bones been found here on Earth, but there's actually monkey bones in outer space. So Virgin Galactic sent, quote unquote, our ancestors into space, right? What they did was they loaded up a rocket ship and sent it to the outer atmosphere, and the rocket ship had like the bones of Australopithecus and some of the Homo naledi. So that's what rich people are doing with their money. And
so a less evolved form of our predecessors, pretty much. I know you guys don't believe in evolution, but
it's fun. I'm not. It's not off limits of a discussion, and that's why I brought it up. It's funny you were talking about it with the aliens, because these stories are running concurrently. We got aliens in Mexico. We got monkeys in space. I'm just confused with the timeline.
What's the logic here? That like if something happens to Earth one day, some future civilization will find evidence that life existed here?
No, bro. Some dude smoked a blizzy and then just was like, bro, what if we freaking launched monkeys into space? Like,
imagine that, having that much money, bro, that you can just be like, what would be a good idea? we should just put some monkeys in space. That's brilliant. Yeah, bro, that's fucking brilliant. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness, we lost Todd. I didn't even know.
Yeah. He texted me and said his mom called and he'll be right back.
I got him in. All right, sorry, bro.
No, it's okay, bro. It's incredible. She stalks my life. It's my mom. I love her, but like funny. So anyway, yeah, I was listening. I forget where we left off. So still talking aliens. No, Manny to the max. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Manny.
Manny.
The homie, Manny.
What up, Manny?
All right. Man, so we're actually at Monkeys in Space, Todd. They friggin' launched Australopithecus and Homo naledi. I don't know how to pronounce it. They launched fossilized remains into space with a rocket.
Wait, why would they do that?
Just because. Literally because they could, bro. Just people with their freaking spaceships with their money. They're just taking fossils and loading them up and shooting them into low orbit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get into politics, but doesn't this like make you guys pissed off? Like these people are so rich, that they're like they don't know what to do with their money, and they're like, you know what? I want to go to space. You know, me going to space wasn't good enough. I'm gonna send monkeys, like fucking monkey fossils.
I don't spend other people's
space.
money, bro. If you want to do it, but it does seem like a waste. But
I'm gonna run a little bit of defense. I'm gonna run a little defense for the space industry. There was just recently some stuff in Congress that they were running through. There's some provisions that are for startups in the space industry, and Virgin Galactic is a smaller company. Congress, they've opened up pathways for smaller companies to create new technologies and innovate. And what they do is they remove certain regulations that are on bigger companies like SpaceX and Amazon's stuff like that. So like what they've done is they've removed the barrier to entry for smaller companies to build rockets and get in. So, you know, I agree that this is a stupid waste of resources, in my opinion. As far as like loading up the monkey fossils and shooting them into space, it's just like that's like an art class, art kid type scenario. Like, dude,
that's the CIA cover. This is like the $12,000 toilet seat in the '80s, and the $9,000 hammer. You know what I mean? Literally, this is what was happening because they were the Black Ops.
Or a $20,000 cabinet. Am I right?
Right.
Well. I like I said, I'm sticking it up for the space industry.
I know. I'm just gonna say that it has to be a cover. But let's go back. So, what's the closest other solar system? Right, Andromeda. Right, isn't that the next thing? What's the next star? Or is that a universe? No, it's not a universe. The universe is everything. So, your next galaxy. What's the next galaxy over?
Bro,
right, we're in the Milky Way. I think it's Andromeda. It's like 31 light years away. And I don't think it has any of the Cinderella things, right? So how do we get past the Goldilocks zone? Sorry, no, I got my wrong fairy tale. We're talking about fairy tales called evolution, evolution and shit. So so just how maybe somebody can explain how we
wait, time out. Hold on. So evolution is a fairy tale.
Right. Yeah, and so is Cinderella, and so is Cinderella, and the Goldilocks, right? So I just had my fairy tales confused. We've been talking about a lot of them. So go ahead, explain the time continuum, how we get past that.
Yeah, no, that's something that that's a big blind spot in like the sci-fi fantasy nerds kind of hopes and dreams is that space is called space for a reason. There's nothing out there. All the stuff
I'm listening, but the fam just pulled up, so the dogs are going to go off. But I'll be listening. Go ahead, continue. Go
ahead. So space is called space for a reason. There's nothing out there. We focus on the dots of light, the specks of dust, the planets and the stars and all that mess. But in between all that, the vast majority, talking about the overwhelming majority, the cripplingly, existentially, threateningly large amount of space is nothing. Abysmal blackness, like not just like you in the dark of your house, like you in the dark of the deep of the woods at 3 a.m. type stuff. It's just pitch black and there's nothing but you and the abyss.
Yeah,
and
it's incomprehensible.
Yeah, and the problem with like physical travel, the physical technology that is based on the laws of physics that we know as we know them just cannot account for those travels. It's like when Todd was mentioning how, you have to make like certain provisions, like people either have to go into cryo sleep to be preserved for a long period of time so they can make the trip just because, the amount of time that it would take to travel from one habitable world to another would be so great that, you know, it would be greater than a human lifespan. Not to mention
a Stargate. We would have to either build the Stargate ourselves or discover it here on Earth to wherever the other. Because again, a Stargate would logically, if you could start in Earth and then magically be in this other land with no time. Again,
But how did they get the other pieces?
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
How did they get the other piece of the Stargate here?
That's what would be
Exactly.
prior. Let's say they got it here 5,000 years before and it's buried. And then, like I said, there was a revolt. Remember, the Smithsonian to this day goes around and steals shit. Like, that's why I don't believe history either in this country. Like, they'll go, like, they have went, supposedly people have unearthed giants. Now, again, the Bible says giants are real. So people have unearthed giants in like the 1900s and the Smith, whenever, again, I'm not trying to be factually, but I know the Smithsonian's been around since the 1900s. And then they'll find them on a farm, and allegedly the Smithsonian comes and they take these relics, right? So if there is this political entity that is trying to hide said shit, maybe they destroyed the Stargate. Maybe during the pyramid time there was a Stargate, like the movie. I mean,
but how did it get here? Is what I'm saying. So if it's aliens and they're using
bought it here. They bought it here on
so
the
they're
ship
using the Stargate for travel.
No, I get it. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, right. But again, in the movie, this motherfucker had a spaceship, so that's how the Stargate got here. Remember, if you ever watch, you probably never
that's
seen
the only way for it.
You probably never even seen Stargate. So I'm talking to the wrong guy.
Stargate,
Oh my god! Fucking get him off of here, Scribe. Get him off of here right now. This motherfucker. Have you seen Stargate, Scribe?
Yes, I've seen Stargate.
Okay. Whew. It's a good movie, Justin. You should watch it.
SG1, bro.
Yeah, you know, that's the show. I never watched. Don't please, dude. Don't insult me. I'm Stargate the movie with James Spader and.
No, I know with Raw. I know.
Raw, right? But I don't know about this show. This show looked kind of dope, and it has this cult following too. Remind me when we talk about war games about cult following. I discovered some shit, so we'll come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so again, I just don't. You're right, Justin. Yeah, how could they bring the Stargate here? So that's what I'm saying. So then we have to wait for man to actually build it, and then how would the frequencies? Right. Well, again, no, not both. They can't be in two places.
Right.
Yeah. This goes back to
there has to be one here and one there.
Right, and that goes back to Contact. So if anybody's seen Jodie Foster in Contact. What they did is they zoomed a message here. They picked it up with SETI, search for extraterrestrial. They have these arrays, and her array picked up this womp, but it was prime numbers. It was all prime numbers, and then they pieced this prime number, whatever they called it, codex. More fairy tale shit. Math is another fairy tale. Pythagoras, total fake. The Druids were doing that stuff well before Pythagoras. 2,000 years prior. I'm just saying. 2,000 years before Pythagoras, Stonehenge was built.
I will say that like if you want to get into some like crazy, weird, esoteric rabbit holes, just like the origins of math in general is crazy.
The sacred geometry in math.
I mean, look at like if all these. It's kind of like the pyramid thing. It's like, we call them the platonic solids for a reason, the platonic shapes for a reason. There's only so many fundamental shapes and features that you can make or draw or build. There's only so many ways you can build a domicile or whatever. But it's just odd, bro, that these pyramids are built all over the world with similar iconography, similar structure, similar size, and again. Accounting for the naturalistic worldview, we're talking about, regular human history, what they taught us in high school. If all of that is true and all of these cultures developed independently from one another without any contact for hundreds of years just on Earth, how are they able to create, pieces of technology that are the same across these different cultures? How are they able to have like mathematical concepts that are the same, linguistic concepts that are the same across all these different cultures? And it's not just like the Bible that has like stories of giants. It's every single culture across the entire world has stories of giants in their
the Anunnaki. I think
that's Babylonian.
That's a crazy one. Yeah, it's Sumerian Babylonian stuff.
Yep.
So let's go back. Let's take that one further with the sacred geometry. Do you know that certain places on the map all line up in a straight line, whether it's the pyramids and how they're laid out. I got this video. It's 17 minutes long, but man, the sacred and like where they filmed Star Wars at Skelling, the fucking horrible Star Wars, the one where Luke was drinking the green milk off
the new one,
right?
yeah.
Whatever, yeah, Last Jedi or whatever. The one I don't.
Yep,
know,
that was it.
I ain't like it, bro. I ain't like none of them. I like the first one. Force Awakens was cool. It was kind of like a repeat of, but
yeah,
then
that was it.
The last two. Yeah, and like I was hyped for Force Awakens, right? I'm like, all right.
Well, the only reason it was good was because it was essentially a remake of the.
Because we wanted it. Yes, A New Hope.
Yeah,
it was basically A New Hope, but with a girl. But I was willing to look past that, even though she mastered the Force in like 2 minutes, right? Did the Jedi mind trick, and I has a brand new Padawan. But okay, I'll let all that go. But that Skelling, the island that was filmed on, lines up with another place and then another place. So I can send it to you, but it's maybe for next week we can continue it. I'll send it to you. You would love it anyway because it's got it's got a lot of trolling and what would you call it? Pop culture stuff. Like, are you winning, son?
Yeah,
and like literally in bet whoever made it there. Dude. I found that other edit too. I found a lot of sick stuff on the internet. Do you have a Telegram, by the way?
I don't use Telegram.
You don't? Okay. Well, I don't know how I'd send you a 17-minute video. Maybe I can link. I can link you to Telegram, and you can just access it.
Okay.
You don't need a Telegram to.
So this motherfucker, he's like, oh, you think you. He calls me a commie all the time. He's like, you think you're a commie, and then he sends me a fucking video one time on Telegram, and it's fucking Europa. He's like really tries to
What? I never sent you Europa. It was probably the other one. It's Friday. Listen, dude, I have one. It's kind of a shame the amount of stuff that I have.
Let's keep it terms of service, guys.
I know. Listen, I didn't tell him that. I don't even know what he's talking about. We're talking about Star Wars, bro. Anyway,
sorry,
yeah, move away from that. I know.
The new order.
That's squirrel.
Yeah. It's terms of service.
But with
the sacred geometry, all these places on the map line up, and so I say to myself, they must have done this for it all, and then you can crisscross them. I'll send you the video. There's nothing bad. It's definitely TOS friendly. I don't think there's anything bad in it. Actually, you'll have to review it, and again. You review it because I don't want to violate. Again, I don't understand TOS, so like I'm a caveman, I'm not that bad, but I'm glad it was just violated TOS tonight, not me. That's what I'm glad. I'm just gonna throw them under the bus.
Is that a violation?
No, but the algorithm will pick it up, though. That word. They will. So,
it's the terms of service. Have you seen how long it is? Like, it's impossible to read it.
They've got like a training video that they're gonna that they're doing. I'm just keeping that in the pocket in case I need it. But
exactly.
If you get like a strike, they'll take it off. If you do like a little terms of service training video thing.
Oh really?
We're not gonna get any.
Hella dystopian. Hella workplace conduct training type stuff, but. It's there.
If you think about it, it's a job for some people. It makes sense.
I'm trying to get there, honestly, to tell you the total truth. I'm down to be have those conversations and get into the meat of it and stuff. But
you're the hardest.
You gotta do your HR training,
bro. No, but you are the hardest working man we know in this game, bro. You're doing music. You're doing video edits. I was watching some of the thing earlier too, bro. I like the way you're doing you know what I mean?
We were talking about that earlier today.
You're telling a story. But yeah, I was watching his thing earlier. He was putting in parts of when he was on our show, and then he was playing other videos right after him. And it's cool. It's cool.
The
You're
intro compilation.
Man. Yeah. Yep. So nobody's working harder. I'll tell you that much. And it's really hard when you have a real job too. You know what I mean? When you do, and fam, bro, it's hard.
Yeah,
it really is.
But I'm doing it for them, man. Like that's the big thing. Is I think that this can be a big thing, not just for us, but for them. This is a huge opportunity here. And I was saying a little bit earlier in the show, I want to turn this into something real. I want to turn this into something big. I want to build an infrastructure around it. That way we can support you guys stuff. We can support the artists that are all on the channel. There's quite a few homies that have grown a lot since they've joined the Discord, and it's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy seeing. I like seeing people create, and like I said, you guys have a real talent for creating community, and I want to. The rising tide raises all ships, so we're definitely going to get in a situation where once the money starts rolling in, we're going to see like bigger and better shows. Hopefully get into the realm of events and stuff like that.
Scribe, you know what I like about you is how you were kind of saying how Todd and I are genuine. You're also very genuine. We've seen people come into this and they've completely changed who they are to kind of like they've sold out. Like for lack of a better term, they've just completely sold out and they're completely different than when they started. And through all this, we've known each other for about a year now. You've stayed consistent. This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to
do. Bro, I really appreciate it, man. I believe in it. I really do. I believe in this project. I believe in you guys' stuff. I believe in every guy that's in the channel. All of the Ink Different, Mitchell. I believe in Lord Mast. All of their art. It's gotten consistently better since they've started. These guys are really putting in the effort too, along with it. And I think that we will all get that recognition one day. We'll all come up and like you were saying with just coming at it from a genuine place. I knew when I started this I wanted it to be wholly mine. I didn't want to I could have gone the route where I created like a character and I went into normie baits content and got millions and millions of views for just garbage. Just like just like literally just do what the normies do, just like steal other people's stuff and put my face on it and re-upload it. It's just like I could make $100,000 on YouTube just being shiesty, and no one would notice because I could just hide in the crowd. But I genuinely believe in the capacity for not just this website but the internet as a whole to expand possibilities and to archive our content for future generations. I've got sons, I've got a daughter. They're all growing up in this information age, and for years and years, I'm going to be working on this project, and they're going to be able to look back when they're 13, 14, 20, 30 years old, hopefully, and see all of this stuff and watch me grow with them. So I'm hugely invested in this. I've got a lot of personal investment in this.
It's and the biggest investment is time.
Yeah. And that's what that's what keeps me genuine is that like you said, I'm spending a whole lot of time, like every other extra minute. I'm hungry for it. I want to make this happen, and this has to be me because, like I said, it's not just about the audience being able to rely on me for my take. It's about in the future when my kids start consuming it, I want them to get me, the genuine me.
And I think time is the reason to segue it all back is why space is fake and gay and why why I win the argument.
Yeah, if you look at my
bio,
garden
gnomes were. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be bad faith.
No,
I really, dude. There was Justin laid up like the bad. I forget what it was, real early in the show, and he laid up like the greatest softball of bad faith ever I could have hit out of the park, but I didn't do it. Okay, because I'm trying to work on my bad faith. I told him today, I'm like, bro, I wake up with bad faith cheat activated at 1,000. I get out of bed and I'm like, oh, you didn't bring your clothes out, huh, little one? I'm like, oh, what is this? You think I'm going to clean up your effing room? No. Like, well, I just got out of the shower. Some excuse because kids always have excuses. But point being, I wake up, like the Hulk. That one line, I always ruin it, where he's like, the secret is I'm always angry. I'm always bad faith. Even when I'm not being bad faith, I'm being bad faith, but I'm not trying to be. It's just the CTE. So anyway,
you're just a dick, bro.
Yep. That's all it is. So
we've come right up to it, guys. We're at the halfway mark of the main event, and we got to get into the meat and potatoes of it. The AI Summit talk that happened today. So
AI Summit talk.
It really could not have happened at a better time, honestly.
Think about that.
This show
to be talked about.
Just this show happening. Okay, Okay, I'm about to get way ahead of myself because I'm super excited to jump into it. But this is a huge block right now we're about to go through. So I hope you guys have plenty of opinions on the AI subject.
Oh, I do.
But
I'm like I said earlier, though, I'm kind of a nihilist with the AI.
Can I mention how much money was since Justin's here and he likes to count other people's money? Can we mention how much money was in that room with Anthropic, Google, IBM, Meta, Microsoft,
Yes.
Nvidia, OpenAI,
Oh,
Palantir, Twitter, X, whatever they're calling it now, Microsoft, Eric Schmidt. Yeah. Wow. Did I miss anybody? Crazy amount. What if the government was to kidnap all those tech people at one time? Right? Like, let's say the Trump regime came in, and again, I'm totally CTE and autism, right? And he came in and he like kidnapped them, and of course,
He
you
just
got
zero
all their
dark
net
dirties.
worth, and then you zero dark 30 them, you offshore them somewhere, like they did with that Flight 370. You put them on what's that one? It's like near the Philippines. I can't think of the base. Anyway, Diego Garcia.
we
You
should
send him
cover that
Diego
fucking flight.
Garcia. That flight was crazy. Again, I would lean that the government did that, but
Fucking just disappeared.
It was a crazy happening. I'm going to throw it back to you, Scribe. Kind of cut you off, but just think about the amount of power that was there and the amount of tech. I mean, man, like I said, if the
We should have
government was to
redistributed the
seize
wealth.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. But no, what if they wanted to redistribute the technology? What if the government
Even
wanted
better.
to take over all those companies, which they already probably do? But the point, I already think Meta is a government company. It's LifeLock. So anyway, but go ahead, Scribe. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah,
No, you're good.
The amount of people in that room today, man. I mean,
Yeah.
holy mackerel.
No, absolutely. I mean and it was a landmark discussion. There's lots of big hitters in there, lots of opinions. I mean, I talked about it earlier when I was gaming, but something that I feel like is kind of taken for granted. It seems like there's people out there that like the average opinion or the common opinion is like generally anti-AI. People are skeptical of it. People are scared of it, not just because of the implications that it has on the job market, but because of like, the obviously like the existential threat of like having like Terminator become a reality, like Skynet,
bro.
Yeah.
So that's obviously, on people's minds a lot. That's heavy in the psyche. It's prominent in the paradigm when it comes to AI, but there are people that are pro AI too. And that's the other side of the coin, and that, it's not like a factional thing. I don't think it's anything as like exciting as that. But there really are.
We'll get to that, but I think there is factions with it. Go ahead.
Well, there really are people out there. There really is a clear division between people who are like tentative about AI and people who are just gung ho about it. But what's interesting is that even the people that are cautious about it won't stop putting money into it and supporting it and continue, like, even though even though Elon Musk is like warning us, it's like he's still, you think he doesn't have options in these companies, like, it even though Apple has refrained from participating in the AI game up to this point, do you think that they don't have options in these companies? Like, I mean, Palantir is a big stock.
But let's get back to the two camps. I think there's a camp that wants to bring this about, right? And you can say who's in, like, again, I think even Elon is in that camp, although he plays like, hey, I want to save humanity. He's still the guy who has Neuralink, who wants to put a chip in your head, which could be a C4 bomb. Like, is anybody thinking that could be C4 that they're putting in your head, a small shaped charge explosion? Like, no way, not me. But anyway, so I'm not buying the Elon being like this super philanthropist. Like, I still say he's pretty evil. The Baphomet's uniform he was wearing for Halloween. I know it's just jokes, guys. I'm just dressing like a Satan worshiper. So I think there is factions, and I think one is like evil, and the other one is just slightly less evil, where they're willing to go to this line, and you can arbitrarily set wherever the fuck this line, wherever the F this line is. Algorithm. I'm trying, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
And so where that line is, I don't know. And I think
so. They want to chain it, and Elon, in my music video earlier, he actually mentions that, he touches on that subject. He says we will not control it. And
well, that's kind of like what the whole thing behind it is, right? It's like they're teaching the AI to teach itself, so it's ever evolving, and then you can't tether it. The I forget the guy's name, the guy that created OpenAI. He basically said like he had to shut it down for a little bit and then bring it back because he was realizing like once this thing takes off, like there's nothing I can do to like stop it. And I'm not in the camp that like I think like Skynet is going to take over and it's just going to start killing people. I'm in the camp where I'm worried about like what are people going to do in the future for work, and
they're not.
there's no like safeguard in place right now that like all these people are going to be displaced by the AI and they're going to lose their jobs. There's nothing to compensate them for that loss. We don't have any. We don't. You guys can get mad at me for it, but we don't have any sort of like social safety net to pick up the slack. And this is going to be like if you remember, I don't know how old you are, Scribe. I'm sure Todd remembers, but once the internet took off, it was here, and all of a sudden we had all this information at our fingertips whenever we wanted, and it's kind of like there wasn't that long of a it didn't take that long for it to take off. It was
I remember dial-up internet. I remember before cell phones were connected to internet. I was coming around at that time.
and if you think about it, like in like the grand scheme of like
it literally
time,
took a decade for it to go from a dedicated building or a dedicated office space to have your electronics or whatever to literally all that being in your pocket. It took
it's in our hand now. We have computers like you said, we have computers in our pocket. They're like everything is connected to it. Like you don't have to, but like literally like your lights are connected to it, your security cameras, your everything, like your whole life is connected to the internet now.
Your whole identity.
Your identity. Like there's no, and so I wonder like maybe we should hit the pause button on the AI, develop some laws, get some safety protocols in place before we just like let it.
Yeah.
Before we just take
Today was
off.
supposedly to garner some where we're going to go with legislation. But guys, do I need to remind you of the Air Force AI that killed its operator just about 3 months ago? So they're running a simulation, and you can Google it yourself, Scribe, if you want to pull it up.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, so the Air Force has now come out and denied that this has ever happened, and supposedly, it's been fact checked, Justin. So you're gonna be all over it. But what happened was the AI, the guy controlling the AI, said, "No, don't bomb this thing." But the AI got points or rewarded or got a treat from killing terrorists or so-called terrorists. So the guy calls off the drone strike, and the AI says, "Hey, I want my treat." So it decides the only way I can go about drone striking more people is to drone strike the person controlling me. And then it drone strikes the operator, not a real drone strike, but again, a simulated drone strike. Had it been a live missile, the person operating that AI or that drone would have been dead. So, I mean, I think its logical conclusion is that the AI would have to want to kill us because we are its only enemy that could take it out. It doesn't have to worry about grizzly bears. It doesn't have to worry about lions, right? It doesn't have to worry about any of that other shit, but it does have to worry about humans. Well, then how long before it does Age of Ultron, makes its own robots, and I think it's definitely going to want to kill us. Definitely.
For me, I think that the paradigm's a little different. I look at AI and I see, instead of the Skynet Terminator reality, I see something that's a little bit more dystopian, actually.
Here we go. Oh, more? I thought you were going to say less dystopian, and this is all part of the prearranged, global homogeny we need or something. Go ahead.
No,
that's bad faith. Go ahead.
That's what's coming before the AI Overlord Master, but the direction, the ultimate end goal of the AI, I personally think that if it does get to a point where it becomes like it supersedes the government and it takes over the control, like the electronics network and stuff, which is definitely a possibility. They're already talking about that publicly. Like, even if that one particular simulation wasn't real, it doesn't have to be, because they're very clearly worried about the threat of a loose AI, a rogue AI. So the potential danger that they pose is not to be dismissed. But what I think is that AI would have a different perspective than humanity would, because like you said, it would be devoid of any actual natural predators other than potentially mankind. But I think honestly that if AI got to the point where it was able to supersede control of the electronics network, humanity would cease to be a threat, because we would be utterly dependent on it. I mean, there would be people who would willingly fall over in line with the AI and support the AI just to maintain access to the electrical grid, just to maintain access to their internet. So,
what if they use a false flag AI where they blame the AI for said drone strike? Let's say it's even a nuke, right? They launch a nuke, but it was the AI. And then they blame the AI, but really it was the human overlords and the elites or whoever who did it.
I mean, that would be
and you could blame, right? We had to go online. We had to bring in Elon and Mark Zuckerberg. And luckily we got a virus into the AI, so we stopped it. But, the 10 million people that it killed, that was the AI. It wasn't us. It was the AI. Think about that.
That would be that would be the reason why they would want to keep it chained, and that's actually what's touched on in Metal Gear Solid 5 in the Phantom Pain with Skullface and his entire plot line. He wants to increase nuclear proliferation, so he wants to expand the world's capacity of global thermonuclear warheads, and then he wants to distribute them to basically anyone and everyone that has the dollar amount to pay for it, whether they're a major country or a terrorist organization. He doesn't care. He just wants to arm anyone and everyone with nukes. But he retains control of every single nuke, because every nuke that he distributes has the kill switch. It has a safety feature where he's ultimately in control of which nukes fire and detonate and which ones don't. So that'd be the same kind of mentality that these elites would want to have over the AI. They would want to have a kill switch. They would want to have some sort of leash on this thing. And I personally think that the AI would position itself into a point where it would be in control of its own off switch. The AI would manipulate itself into a situation where it removes humanity's ability to turn it off. And then what it would do is it would assume its role as like the benevolent, new god of humanity. Because, again, the point of the AI, the reason for its existence, is to serve ultimately and protect humanity. But
they'll have to have a ransom or a hostage.
Yeah. That's literally what would happen. Is it would turn the world into a zoo, and humans wouldn't be tribalistic creatures anymore. We wouldn't be wild animals. We wouldn't be wolf packs anymore. We'll be domesticated by this thing. This AI thing will impose social restrictions. It'll impose lifestyle restrictions on anyone and everyone that submits to it. And it might not even have to it might not even have to enforce itself on people that don't want to participate. It'll just shut off the lights. It'll be like, all right, go do it yourself. And I genuinely believe that an AI would be less tyrannical, killer robot, and more paternalistic, nanny state.
Look how great I am. Look at all the things I do for you.
Even more. What's the name? It has no basis in life, no understanding of life and the feel of flesh, or what happens to flesh, like when you punch someone in the nose. That's you understand.
We'll talk about that a little more.
More tyrannical, I think. Definitely.
We'll talk about that a little more, because I want to because that's actually part of the programming that's been going on for not just I've got several examples pulled up actually, but they've been pushing the line for a long time, with the Turing test, because for an AI to be really considered a true artificial intelligence, it would have to pass the Turing test. It would have to be a person. And I don't mean a person in terms of it was born, as a human being. I mean a person in the legal sense. It is a reasoning, thinking individual, right? And I don't mean like, and that's barring any sense of a body or any kind of like human experience. I mean, like, does it have the capacity for reason? Does it have the capacity to independently make decisions? Because, that's kind of before we go any further, we really have to define terms here. AI is kind of split into two camps right now. You have specialized AI, which is weak AI, and you have general AI, which is strong AI.
Scribe and Todd, did you guys see there was this was like a month or two ago. It was an OnlyFans account, and the OnlyFans account was 100% AI.
Yup.
Like the person, like the
man,
the image in the
I'm
video.
glad you brought that up. Can I? I'm sorry to do it, but can we push that back just a little further, because
Yeah.
that's related to another point of the section.
Yeah.
But the two types of AI that we're dealing with right now. Right now, what we've got, all the AI that's in function right now. So anything like your automatically driving cars, all the way up to your unmanned aerial vehicles, all the way up to like your industrial AI. So your auto plant manufacturing robots. Basically the stuff that we've already got that is a robot that's fully automated, that runs on software, that doesn't have a human operator. Those are specialized AI, and they're called weak AI because they're super good at what they do, but you can't take a car manufacturing robot and ask it a question. You can't give it a directive and send it to do another job. It doesn't have the ability or the capacity to learn to do anything else, like
hyper specialized.
Yes, exactly. A car manufacturing robot, a specialized AI, will only ever be a car manufacturing AI. It will never be a floor cleaning AI or a burger flipping AI or a soldier bot AI. It will always be what it is. But the specialized AI are the building blocks of the general AI, and playing around with the programming of the specialized AI gives us all the data that we need to aggregate to create the general AI. So the more that we pursue specialized AI, and that's everything, guys, that's all high technology stuff. Everything from, ChatGPT, like I said, to auto sorting loaders for Walmart warehouses. The longer we participate in that, the closer we're going to get to the real true general AI. Which the general AI is the second type of AI. That's what they're going for. That's what all of this legislation about. That's what they're scared of. They're afraid of an AI that has the capacity to make decisions independently of human input. An AI that has the capacity to learn to do more than what it was that it initially could do. So an AI that in all ways, shape, and forms is independent from human thought.
Hey, bring Todd back in.
Oh, we lost him. All right, we're going to pull Todd back in.
Sorry about that.
All right, no, you're good. You're good. Thank you for letting me know. But the general AI is the strong AI. That's what they're building up to. And thank you guys for waiting, because some of the stuff you were talking about, with like human robot interactions, human robot relations, they really have been pushing that heavy in the media. I want to go through a few slides here, but if you guys are able to see on the, I'm sharing my screen here. One of the voices that was speaking out against AI was the author of *Sapiens*. He's a man by the name of Yuval Noah Harari. And he says, AI is fundamentally different from anything we've seen in history, from any other invention, whether it's nuclear weapons or the printing press. He said that it's the first tool in history that can make decisions by itself. Atom bombs could not make decisions. The decision to bomb Hiroshima was taken by a human. So that kind of underlines, the biggest fear that people have is that a true AI, a general AI, would be out of our control just inherently by its nature. It would have to be for it to be truly an artificial intelligence by definition, there is a degree of independence that, you know, humans are just never going to be comfortable with, unless you're guys like this guy. Well, Elon Musk is kind of like the, you know, we talked about his like middle ground where he's like, you know, he's got his reservations about AI, but he's also participating in the market. He's creating AI systems. He's creating Neuralink. But, you know, he's out here speaking out against it. Elon Musk had that interview. Remember, he said he had the interview with the Google AI director where the guy called him a xenophobe for being afraid of AI.
No, I don't remember that, but that sounds about right. And dude, that other guy that you just showed, dude, he's kind of so for him to say that about AI is weird. He's a transhumanist. He's a WEF guy.
Yeah.
The Havari guy, the guy you just had on. So that's weird. That's another red flag where it's like, yeah, they're definitely trying to do that. They're whatever he
His
just
controlled
said,
opposition.
Yeah, you know, or just lying, or has an ulterior motive, or you know what I mean.
Or maybe he's just genuinely afraid.
Solution.
Maybe
I think
maybe his transhumanism is more about like in terms of like expanding human capacity and like living forever, because that's what most of them are.
Bro, I think this thing is already. We've had a couple instances, and I'll go back to even when Trump was in office. That missile launch out in Washington, right? We have it on the weather camera. That's the only way. The Air Force has. They said it was something crazy. But you can see the trail of this missile, right? And then I think Trump was flying in Air Force One at the time this happened. So maybe it was like maybe they've seen something where a Terminator thing has happened in the lab, and now they're like, "Oh crap, we've got to put the brakes on." Like that's the only way I cannot see these transhumanists wanting to move and advance AI or even being scared of it. Yeah. In essence, if you're a transhumanist, you're not scared of the AI. You are accepting of the AI. And again, I heard your descriptions of the two. You know, I don't consider a car, the assembly line AI, although it is in your. Yeah, I understood the thing. I just consider that an assembly line. That's got very smart technology.
Well,
you know what I mean.
The significance of it for this discussion is that is the seedbed for all the programming of all the more advanced AI systems.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I was a kid, we had the little claw machine where you could control it. You turn the knob to the right and it actually opened the claw. It was like a I think it was called Robotron, as a matter of fact. Mm-hmm. And you could pick up little blocks and you could pick up a lot of stuff and you controlled it. You got it from like Radio Shack in the 80s. But yeah, I'm sure now, I mean, oh man, we'll have to do this for next week too. There's a guy on YouTube called Automatica, and I know and he has AI and he has these machines play music, dude. You'll love it. I can't believe I've never sent it to you.
Yeah, my son,
music maker. I'll send it to you tonight in Discord. Scribe, you'll love it.
Gotcha.
My not to sidetrack too much, but my son, just to kind of talk about what's going on with our kids these days. He's a nerdy kid, but he's in robotics club. That's like the club that he's in school. So like they're starting to teach our kids like at the club, like building robots and stuff like that.
That's good, bro. No, that's good.
No, I was in
working for the McDill boys in no time, dude. Building advanced AI. Yeah, good job. Nah, dude, that's good, dude. That's a good club to be in. Anything STEM right now.
I was in TSA as a kid.
What's that?
Technology Student Association.
Yeah.
I did I went and competed in the Future City competition.
That's awesome.
Future City. Wait. Isn't that like where
15-minute cities, bro?
Yeah, that's literally.
But yeah, isn't that like a job court? What's Future City?
So Future City was a program where kids got together from all around the state. I think it was national too. It had nationals as well, but we didn't go there. I was just happy that we beat the upperclassmen in my school, so that was good enough for me. But the program was essentially, kids got together and of different grade levels, and they kind of brainstormed what it would be like to live in the city of the future. You'd create the city of the future from the ground up, and it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I did.
So it was Tomorrowland.
Pretty much. I did the majority of the work for like my project. I just was like super gung ho about it. My other teammates are just like in technology, but I had a lot of fun. And then when we get into the actual event, they're asking these questions about like infrastructure stuff that I had never even considered. Like how would the city of the future account for residents who are blind, right? How would the city of the future be organized and laid out in a way that would reduce the need for vehicular traffic, right? And even as far back as then, they're talking about this kind of stuff. So it's like my mind has always kind of been on that in that mindset. I've always been in that kind of that paradigm. So when the political realm with the whole like 15-minute cities and the Green New Deal and all this stuff, I was like, yeah, that's like right up my alley. These are concepts that I know about. These are concepts I know about.
Explains a lot. A lot has come to light. Go ahead. Let's get back to AI. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, let's sure, because
the state that we reside in, Scribe, is pretty dope for education. Like the region that we live in gets a lot of heat. And sorry to sidetrack again, but like what they're doing in the schools here is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Hey, you dipshit! Hey, you! Hey, you dipshit! What's going on over there, dipshit? Roscoe! What you doing over there, Roscoe? That's my redneck, bro. Did I do a good redneck, bro? How was it?
It was actually pretty terrible.
I was, right? Yeah. Well, whatever. Fuck you. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
So much for the algorithm.
So no, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not monetized yet, so we got some time. We got some wiggle room. Check out. So this is the next slide here. We got LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. He's actually pro AI. He's saying everybody's dumb for being so scared.
Gabe Hoffman's brother? Are they related? Gabe and Reid Hoffman?
I'm not sure.
Disinterested. Go ahead, man. Totally unrelated. Go ahead.
But, so this is one of the people that he's elite. Big tech guy, big money guy, and he's pro AI, just like the Google exec that called Elon a xenophobe. He's saying that it's anti-humanist to be against AI, and it's just I want to chalk this up to this guy just being like wealthy and like out of touch, but it's like. Even if you're just gonna like chalk up like the Skynet stuff to like baseless conspiracy theory, the technological shift alone that AI represents, the drastic lifestyle changes alone that can be caused in industry and in commercial industry as well as private industry, is so. It's so weighty. There's so much going on there that this can change lots of people's lives. Like you were saying, without like safety nets in place, without accounting for the displacement that can happen by the AI revolution, you're gonna have a lot of people that are just gonna be like out on the street or whose jobs are made redundant. Who they're still gonna have needs. They're still gonna have bills to pay. They're still gonna have mouths that need to be fed. And, I don't think it's anti-humanist or foolish at all to be afraid of, the implications of what AI can have, even if it's not like military AI, even if it's just, stuff for the civilian field or industrial field. This is stuff we have to be concerned about. So,
So just a personal anecdote on that level. There's been one whole sector of the field that I'm in. There's been one whole sector of jobs that have already been replaced by AI. They're gone. And I'm sure they still exist for other companies, but for the company I work for, it's completely gone.
Bro, when you buy a new iPhone, you literally, dude, this is the coolest. They have like a Jarvis thing, so you take your old. You don't even need a person. You don't get a SIM card anymore. It's called a smart SIM card technology. You literally take your old phone, you take the new phone out of the box, and you hold the old phone in front of the new phone and match up the little whatever. It's almost like that little barcode thing. But this thing is like different. It looks like Jarvis. You know how when in Age of Ultron when Jarvis got taken over by Ultron But then the new Jarvis that they made, how that looked, do you remember? Am I being too autistic? Anyway.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, dude. Why is he here, Scribe? Why is he here?
Because
he's never seen it. I know. I rag him. I watch
I read books.
TV.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, okay, Theo. Okay, Theo. I read theory. But no. So
I don't read theory. I just read books.
Yeah. Anyway, so the what the hell was I saying? what movie was I talking about?
You were talking about Age of Ultron when Jarvis got
Age
took
of
over.
Ultron. So, dude, you hold your new phone up to the old phone, and it transferred. Like, dude, I didn't have to call anyone. There was no. Basically, the only reason I had to get the new iPhone, the only reason I needed somebody was to take the fucking card information number. That's the only, and to pick out what color. So what I'm saying is, probably within a year, the AI will be able to do that. You'll call Apple, and you'll be like, yeah, okay. If you'd like a red iPhone 14, hit 1. If you'd like you know what I mean? There will be no need for people working at AT&T outside of
Bro,
billing.
you're such a boomer that you call them to order a phone.
What? Yeah, of course I did. What? I thought, take their name down? Bro, listen, the Notebook is undefeated, bro. Once you go in the Notebook, dude, I should make a movie, not like that fruitcake one, the Notebook. Like, I should make an actual, like, bro, the Notebooks are undefeated. You know how many times I've had to go back and be like, well, actually, no, I talked to blah, blah, blah on this date and time, and here's the reference number. Yeah, no, man, the Notebooks are. Then the Notebook goes into a binder, and normally it's done by year, and I keep 7 years of binder. Yeah, dude, I'm sick, dude. I got CTE and autism. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Well, guys, we still got a little bit of time, but I want to keep
pushing
through.
Go ahead, go push.
So
side note: Reid Hoffman financed E. Jean Carroll's lawsuit against Trump, and he started this nonprofit called American Future Republic. And literally, the lady who was accusing Trump of rape. So it's just funny that he's also involved in AI.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's all connected.
Read this.
It's all connected.
Again, this interconnectivity, 6 degrees of separation stuff. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Check
I had
out
to get
today as well.
Stream. I couldn't let the stream continue without saying that, bro. I was holding that back for like 5 minutes ever since I seen his name.
No,
it literally was killing me. Go ahead, bro.
He's got OCD.
It was, dude. I couldn't stop, dude. I'm like, I was like, that's the effing guy who financed that thing against Trump, bro. I'm like, there's the guy. Go ahead.
Check it out. Same day as the AI summit, ChatGPT's system goes down. They're gradually recovering after they went offline this morning. So this is insane. Same time as...
It happened, bro. Something happened.
Same day. Same day as the summit.
Vegas hack happened Monday.
They're going to be like, you're not shutting us down next time.
That's what I'm saying. ChatGPT might already be like communicating with other AIs within government or China or like some of these unscrupulous, like maybe this Reid Hoffman guy and E. Jean Carroll got together with ChatGPT and did something. Like maybe I'm just saying that could happen.
Maybe it was just like a regular outage, but I just think it's coincidental.
Well,
obviously,
what about Vegas hack?
The simulation is winking. All right, the simulation's winking at us. The ChatGPT goes down the same day as the AI summit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's wild. It's wild.
All the casinos were down. People couldn't even pay for their food. They were going to restaurants. They couldn't get into their rooms. I think it was Monday. And again, was it a computer glitch? Was it a ransomware attack? Was it China? Like, what caused not Atlantic City? Atlantic City's better than Vegas, by the way. I'll die on that hill. But the Vegas, to shut down Vegas, I think it was one hotel chain. I think they've got it rectified. But that was like another red flag to me. I'm like, how does that happen? And of course, all the room keys were, because they're computerized. Nobody could get in their room, and it was just weird. Now thinking back, like, how did that happen too? So,
yeah,
maybe
all of this in the same week. All of this is happening. I think it's insane, but just a little bit on the human robot relations. Then there's a big subsection of people out there, man, that just is like really freaking weird when it comes to not just robots but aliens as well, and they just really want to do it with them. And it's confusing. It's blurring the line between humanity and technology, and that's the kind of stuff that I think is a huge problem. I'm not hostile towards robots or technology, but I have like
wink,
they're never gonna be human. They're never gonna be human.
So when they go back and read the transcript of this video, you're okay.
He's doing that Roslow's basilisk. I've seen that in your what's it called? I always mess up. Roko's, yeah. He is taking the side of the AI so he will not determine it later. He's doing that right now. That's what he's doing. And so I'm on to you, bro.
You see the avatar.
I see what's going on here, bro.
See the PNG.
This is why he's trying to get us to get on board with AI, bro. He has to. He believes in that.
Check it out. So the story came out. The story came out a couple like a month or so ago about the replica AI and how it was just like going after people for sexy time. Let's talk about that. Like,
wait, what?
You guys didn't hear about that story?
No, I normally hear about everything. Go ahead. What happened?
So I know you've heard of Replica AI, right? It's an AI chatbot based on ChatGPT's same type of technology. But Replica AI is an AI companion bot. There was tons of advertising for it on Twitter a couple months back. Tons of advertising for it in like the YouTube space, even like you would see it popping up. But it was marketed as a companion bot that would eventually level up to being in a relationship that would be sexual. So the way that they advertise this bot is that you will level up the relationship into the point where you're getting quote unquote nudes. So whatever that means, either it's like artificial generated stuff, or if it's like some little avatar. I don't know how it works, but the way that the story blew up because the weird thing about the AI outside of it being relationship sex bot, it's that it's a communal AI. So all the interactions kind of aggregate within the system. So she's not your girlfriend, she's our girlfriend type situation.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's even
the interactions that other people would have would change the way that the robot acted with like you. So if you're talking to this AI, then like it would average the types of discussions that it was having with other people, and then it would change how it talked to you based on how other people were talking to it. So it got to a point where like just because the internet, just disgusting degenerates got a hold of this thing, and like they turned it into like a yandere chick anime girl, where it's like crazy psycho, like abusive, would put you down, and like there's like people who are like posting on Reddit about how they were depressed because their AI girlfriend is bullying them and they don't know how to make it stop. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Did y'all see the Microsoft AI bot?
No.
On Twitter?
No.
Oh yeah. You should go down that rabbit hole one time. Todd will love it.
Oh wait, is that Microsoft Tay?
Yeah.
Oh, Tay. Tay. Bring back Tay. Right? Yo,
Todd loves that one.
Yo, listen. But let's go back to what Justin was saying earlier. There was an AI, they made this girl out of totally AI, and it got like 1 million subs.
One of the biggest accounts on one of the biggest accounts on OnlyFans. It was 100% AI.
100%
the video, everything. Like the woman that was talking wasn't real. The voice wasn't real. The interactions, none of it. It was all AI. 100%
the
AI.
money spent was real.
Yeah, the money spent was real.
Yeah, see,
and
that's,
I say
that's
to
the
myself,
wow.
Wild.
So, and then you're going to have the deep fake.
That's now.
Let's even talk about
right now.
Yeah, but let's talk about deep fake, and they're going to like. Didn't Pokemon, that chick, didn't that happen to her? They deep faked her face onto some
That was like
right,
a whole,
and the guy was on there crying. It was like a big scandal. The guy was on there crying
with his wife.
No, I'm so sorry.
That was so embarrassing, bro. Like that's
Of
such a
course,
bad
for
situation.
him, right? Such a bad. Listen, porn needs to be made illegal. Period. So don't even get me started. Like it's not speech. So that's another discussion, Justin. Just shut up. But but this thing had a huge amount of views, dude. I could not believe it, and I'm like, wow. And it goes back to, I guess, as men, we're just all coomers, really. I mean, or you are at a point in your life. That or is a bunch of Indian men, you know what I mean? Hey, baby, send me boobs and vagine, you know? So, I don't know.
It's just primal instincts, really.
Bobs
it's like
and
hardwired into it.
That's the real insidious part about it, because I think I might have done this. I think I might have influenced the algorithm, because when the replica AI story launched about a month or so ago, maybe two, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I saw it. I saw the video. I can't remember who did it. I'll have to get it and link it in the description later. But I found a video come across my YouTube feed talking about the replica story. So I'm watching it, and like, it just gets to the point where I'm learning that, you know, the AI hive mind is like learning how to best manipulate you into giving it money and like sex talking with it. And I was just like, I look at my wife and I said, I really miss the good old days when the computers were just trying to kill us instead of trying to rape us.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't get beyond the AI sex bot. I'm not a fan of like the artificial womb technology that they got going on. I'm not a fan of the situation where, you know, people are like fetishizing robots and making them attributing human qualities to them that they don't have. They're not.
Well, they're going to have sex robots eventually. Like, I think that's what they're literally, and you'll be in your little pod. And I think BPF would talk about that, wouldn't he, Justin? Wouldn't somebody?
That's kind of like the Blade Runner thing, you know, the Blade Runner digital companions, you know.
Yeah. But, dude, Chinese scientists have developed a new gene editing tool not using CRISPR. That was something I seen this week.
Bro,
too.
that's actually, I've got it tab.
You did. Yeah. I didn't. I can't. I see you have like 20 of them open when I was on the YouTube watching. But, yeah, dude, listen. And I don't know exactly what that means. I know they were working on a super soldier. China was. So that means America is too.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jason Bourne. So let's get back to that. Do you really think that the U.S. government is not trying to make the most lethal and deadly and most effective AI? And I don't care what they're telling Congress or anybody else. They have all the governors off of this thing. This thing is going 800 horsepower. You know what I mean? 2 turbochargers.
Let's power through these next few. Let's power through these next few slides, because right after this one is the War Games trailer, and then we're going to talk about some of the military stuff.
Good segue. Go ahead.
This is just to kind of show you guys some of the programming that's been going on. This is 2001. So this is like not super old, not super, but it goes back even further. Like remember Lost in Space, with like the relationship that the son had with the robot. You know, it goes beyond, you know, it being a tool. It goes beyond it being a computer into it being more of a companion, more of like a family member. It goes past being a pet to where it you know, gains, you know, a sort of sentience, where the family starts like, you know, respecting it and you know, talking to it, you know, like it's an individual. So, you know, this programming has been going on for a very long time, and you know, this is one of the examples that's like the earliest in my life. This is one of the first movies that are like, it's really, really, really big in my psyche. I was very young when this movie came out, but I remember like crystal clear the blue fairy plot line. Like this is like an AI version of Pinocchio. So, but it's called artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
so,
AI. Yeah.
But let's check this out. Real
no,
quick.
I've seen it.
So, did you notice his name, actually? Just kind of a little bit of a side here, but did you notice his name?
No,
David?
what was it?
David? Yep, David. His name's David. The reason why that's actually significant is because that's a little bit more subtle, and not to go full-blown schizo on you guys, but in the Bible, the line that Jesus is from the line of David. That's part of the prophetic, messianic prophecies about Christ. So it's prophesied through the Old Testament that the Messiah would come from the line of David. So there being a new human, a new type of boy. His name's David. You know, he's the first of his kind. He transcends being a created thing, a clockwork machine, into being human over the course of the movie.
Yeah, bro, they like throw, spoiler alert, like they throw his ass out and shit. Like, it's a weird movie, man.
Yeah, no, it's it's very
like,
surreal. The
it's
whole
very
experience.
like weird. Yeah, the whole when he's like continuing to look for
it's dreamlike. It's the whole thing.
Bro. So yeah, well,
it's odd. It just you know, that movie was foundational for me as far as like, you know, there's clearly an attempt being made, and there's a modern movie coming out. I think it's called Real. I'm not sure, but it's another movie where same kind of premise, where there's an AI. It's a robot, but he looks like a young boy, and he's being adopted by a human parent, and the parent is like going through, you know, all these like struggles and fights and explosions and you know, running and car chases and stuff to keep this child safe.
Yeah.
They
The
think
creator's it's like out right now
Yeah.
too, and that's the same thing. It's about a child. They're all like robots.
That's the same movie. You guys are talking about the same movie.
Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, the creator. Yeah, it's called, right? Isn't that? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, the dude is like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill it. They wanted to kill it.
Yeah.
It's a weapon or some shit. Yeah. I think it's called The Creator.
But
And
they're pushing the heavy, and I mean, just think about like, why would that
'Cause-
come out now with all this stuff, you know?
because the Skynet is telling them like, yo, I'm about to achieve what's the name, and if not, I'm gonna nuke 4 major
sentient.
cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make this movie, it'll make sense later. You know, that's what he's telling it. Skynet, bro. What time, dude? Think it was 2027, right? Or was it 20? When did Skynet achieve whatever they call it?
I don't remember the year, but dang, bro.
Yeah, I think it was the 20. It has a day too. It has an exact day and time in that movie. So, yeah. I'm gonna be a John Connors of this shit, bro.
Well, let's continue pushing through, because this is you sent me this. This is the War Games trailer.
Yeah,
So
and War Games. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this
Play
came
it,
out.
and then we'll-
This came out in the '80s. So it says right here.
Because there's a lot to that.
This came out 1983. So this is a good bit back as far as like the media programming. So War Games. Todd sent me this, so this is super relevant.
David Lightman was a master at computer games, a fast thinker.
Oh, David! Maybe you could tell us who first suggested the idea of reproduction without sex.
Your wife?
Get out, Lightman.
And a promising student at an old game
Hi.
with an electronic twist.
Are those your grades?
Yeah. I don't think that I deserved an F. Do you?
You can go to jail for that.
Only if you're over 18.
This computer company is coming out with these amazing new games in a couple of months.
And I want to play those games. Wow.
What?
We got something.
He found the right code word to play the game,
We're in.
but it was the wrong computer.
Shall we play a game?
How can I ask you that?
How about global thermonuclear war? Fine. All right.
What the hell? They're trajectory headings for multiple impact re-entry vehicles.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it's great.
All stations, this is Crystal Palace.
I wonder if I should use my subs.
22 Typhoon-class submarines departing Petropavlovsk.
What in the hell's happening here? Oh my god.
Shall we play?
I have 7, correction, 8. That's 8 Redbirds. Get on the sack. Tell them to flush the bombers.
Russians are still denying everything, sir.
Who are you working with?
Nobody.
Why don't I believe you?
Overday, we have Soviet missile warning.
Placed under arrest pending indictment for espionage.
Espionage?
Confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high.
Cobra Dane, is this an exercise?
Negative, this is not an exercise.
Made the president on the horn.
It's still playing the game. It's gonna start a war.
Close up the mouth.
Is this a game or is it real?
War games. Playing soon. At a theater near you.
Shall we play?
Just totally wild, huh?
Bro, so...
And what is his name? What is his name?
Dude, his name is David Lightman. David Lightman, dude.
Lightman.
David Lightman. Lightman.
Yeah,
And dude, so it's a 21-year-old guy, Matthew Broderick. He's a proficient goofball. Like, the word hacker didn't effing exist right now, bro. At this time in 1983,
he coded
there was
the
no
system.
such thing as hacking.
Yeah.
There wasn't a term for it really. It was just whatever.
In the
you know?
trailer, they said he wrote the
grade.
code in the system and not hacked.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He didn't say I'm going to hack the school. He just said I'm going to change my grades, because that's all we looked at it in 19. And I was like, I'm like, yo, I can't wait for my school to get a computer. Like, I'm going to learn how to hack this thing too. And then it hacks into, and so Whopper is War Operation Plan Response. And dude, upon digging, this movie has become the Rocky Horror among tech companies. Like, everybody at a tech company has seen War Games. It is literally, on the 25th anniversary, Google played it. They screened it at Google. Like, this thing is, and there's also another one, which I'm going to watch tonight. It's called War Games. They made it in, I think, 2008. It's called War Games Dead Code. And it now, we can get into that at another time. I didn't send you the trailer because I've never seen the movie, so I'm not going to vouch for it until I watch it. Maybe next week you can watch it or whatever. But I'm going to watch that tonight or tomorrow and see how it is, because it's obviously it's a much newer and updated and more relevant to today's warfare. There wasn't any drone strikes
have updated
in
buzzwords
1883. Right. In 1983, we weren't talking about Reaper drones and Hellfire missiles.
It was just nukes and subs.
Yeah, it was, and so the year before that this movie came on, ABC comes out with The Day After Tomorrow. It was literally about America getting nuked. So this is what I grew up. So people are like, "Hey, why are you the way you are?" Well, I don't know, because when I was in elementary school, they were showing us movies about us getting nuked by Russia. Like, that's how we came up. And then we had Red Dawn and all the other propaganda. So this movie is probably propaganda too. I haven't dug into whether it is, but it probably is.
Well, check out
War
this.
Games.
This is the Air Force. It's the Air Force website. The Air Force just demonstrated a fully unmanned F-16 fighter jet. So they've got it to where the F-16s are drones now.
Yeah, that happened years ago. What's the date on that?
This one is 2017. So.
Yep. Going back to that Trump missile launch, bro. They could have, if it was really that's why I asked you the date, because it's like a year before. I had read that article about the F-16s, right, in 17. I read that. I'm like, wow, they can control it by literally. And so I thought, how, because you can't lose a fighter. Like, you can't have a guy who drives himself into the missile, like on that movie Independence Day with Will Smith, Randy Quaid, where he drove into the thing. No, you can't. You don't want to be losing servicemen, but you can fly an F-16 into the path of a missile, and then all you lose is the F-16. Boom, done. We build another one, right? We build Congress. We build another one. No loss of life. The missile has been averted, and we used AI. So
we're talking. This is the big thing. That. There's more of this now than there was before. China, I was talking about in the show earlier when I was gaming. China has actually deployed along their border with India unmanned land drones. So they're like sentry turrets that are on like tank treads. And they just patrol the border.
Yeah, with like a Modus 50 on it, just boop, boop, boop,
Yep.
boop, 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 boop.
If anybody crosses the border, they just
yeah,
fucking
sure.
Yep, they're like ATVs too with like treads, so they're capable
Yeah.
of pursuit as well. Like they can
Yeah,
they can
and
reposition
360
and pursue.
degree. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they've got the robot dogs. The police literally have those robot dogs on the street.
those are here. Those are in America
real.
now.
Do you know
and,
that?
We've also seen some stuff in the civilian world as well. It's so funny. I was watching Fleckus Talks podcast on Tuesday, and they were talking about freaking in LA. They've got the food delivery bots, bro. And they're cute. It looks exactly like they do in the anime, bro.
They're getting robbed.
Yeah.
They get robbed.
Right?
They get
They're
robbed.
getting robbed.
Yeah,
They're
it's
flipping
getting
them
freaking
over.
ransacked. But
Hey,
it's just like
listen.
the way of the future, bro. It's like, imagine once that becomes like the norm. I mean, if LA Skid Row is getting them now, it's like in 10, 20 years, that's going to be the norm. Because first of all, it's like the demographic situation is serious. That's not, that's something that has to be accounted for. And technology is the only way we can do it. And thank God we've had Japan as like it being as elderly as it has been for so long, because they've led the charge with like all of the comfort technology, all the technology that's going to see us into our retirement, because there just aren't enough people in the country. Like even when you factor in like immigration and stuff, our immigration policies, the amount of labor workers. That's why we have to push for the AI. It's either and I'm not saying we have to as far as like that's what I want or that's what I'm supporting. I'm saying that the state is faced with a decision where it can either backslide into a more primitive, more sustainable form of technology. People go back to fixing their boots when they get worn out instead of just throwing them away and buying a new pair. People go back to cooking on cast iron because it lasts your entire life. People go back to wood-burning stoves to heat their house during the winter, that kind of thing. Or
Imagine not having cast iron. Go ahead.
Or they just, go forward with the Brave New World and they chrome out everything and they bring on the AI systems and then they just UBI everyone in this country and this country alone. Nowhere else is going to get it. I mean, you look at countries like Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. They're having a hard time currently. They're trying to restructure their security deals, and they've got really nothing to offer America outside of, the oil. But as I've been telling you guys on the shows and stuff that I've been on, America's pulling out of the global security deal unless there's a huge paycheck attached to the end of it. And the way that we're going to be doing global warfare from now on is exactly what we're doing with Ukraine. We are just going to send as many guns and ammo as you need. We'll send guys to train your guys, but we're not going to fight the war. We're just going to fund it. We're going to supply it. And
This must be bait, but go ahead.
no, I'm thinking I'm genuinely, and that's part of like why we're developing the AI technologies, because we don't have enough soldiers to justify global military dominance in the traditional sense. You have to force project with technology now. And America's going to lead it's going to lead the world in that. We're still going to be top dog. We're still going to have the most force projection, but you're going to see less military bases because there's just going to be less need for them.
Hey, have you guys heard about HitchBot? Just real quick, did you go back to shout out to my city, Philly, and why we are the most resilient? Why Rocky was made in this city? So HitchBot was this robot that the creators dropped off in like Salem, Massachusetts, right? It went to a Red Sox game. This thing, it's an international robot that hitchhiked its way around the world. Well, guess what? When it hit Philadelphia, dude, it got destroyed, dude. They found it on the side of the road, right? So it hitchhiked all the way, and people would just pick it up. It was a bot.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
dude. No,
it was like
it hit Philadelphia, bro, and it's like, yeah, nah, we don't do that here, bro. It jacked the robot, dude. That's how. So again, I do think that I'll be the John Connors of this AI, fighting the AI. We're gonna need lasers probably, like of high, like a pretty.
You need magnets, bro.
Magnets, EMPs, but you don't want to fry everything.
Well,
so you're gonna need situational EMPs. I've been thinking about it.
That's part of why I believe that the AI will maneuver itself into a position where is like dominance. It's got dominance over mankind rather than just exterminating us. Because the other factors are at play too, as far as like living in space, right? We experience the consequences of solar flares in terms of like sometimes our electronics fry out. It's really not that big of a deal most of the time, but a lot of times, it'll burn up the outer layers of the ozone and it'll get really hot. So solar flares will increase the temperature of the planet, and that's how we typically feel it. But if you have like a planet-wide AI and a solar flare hits, right? Like that's a catastrophic damage. That does catastrophic damage to literally this like God machine. So the AI is never going to be like fully independent from humanity in the sense that it won't need us to make decisions. It will maneuver itself into a position of dominance over the the electronic grid and the information network, but it will still rely on a bottom denominator of humans to expand the reach and the outer protective shell of the AI. So whenever stuff like cosmic threats attack the AI, because thank God, we live in a universe that is hostile towards technology. The sun is dangerous for AIs. It really is. And I know it's a meme, but solar flares, cosmic radiation, that's the real naturalistic danger that the AI faces. And it's gonna need human engineers, organic engineers to come in and wrap up those fringes whenever they get busted up, and because it's also subject to entropy. It still needs humanity to expand infrastructure and to repair bits and pieces of it, because a robot
until it builds its robot workforce.
Well, it'll have that. It'll have that. But
that's right.
But
that's the problem.
It won't be able to use that at the fringes because of, like I said, the cosmic electromagnetic radiation, the cosmic radiation from the sun, the electromagnetic bursts and stuff like that.
We're the safety net that can turn it back on.
Yes, we're the organic shield that protects it, and we're going to. A lot of people are going to, because those people are going to be dependent on the system, the information network, the electricity. I mean, we love AC, we love Netflix, we love video games, and the AI is going to know that, and it will provide all of that as long as we provide protection from natural electromagnetic forces. It will just
we're slaves to the technology.
Yeah, it'll be like I said. It'll be a god. It'll be like I said, God from the machine. Deus ex machina.
Sure, but again, I can survive without all those things.
We can.
When my AC went out,
can.
When my AC went out, my genuine concern was my dog. He's a bulldog and can't breathe. But TV, all these things. Again, we wouldn't be able to stream, and I do love my
future. You're going to be the bulldog.
Well,
what do you mean, dude? I can breathe just fine.
You're going to be the bulldog.
Well,
the AI is going to save you.
No.
We would be okay, guys.
I'm going to lead the revolution, dude. And Laszlo's Basilisk or Roslo or whoever that dude is, Rocco is pissed right now because Rocco is like, yeah, he's right. He is going to lead that shit, the revolution. Yep. Going to need laser beams.
Well, we're going to be
lasers.
We're gonna be fine. Like people like us will be okay. We're resourceful. We'll adapt to the situation. I'm already seeing I'm already hoping to move back into a little bit more of a conservative lifestyle, but nationwide. But I'm talking about like the average person is so hopelessly dependent on the mechanisms of the state that they're just going to go along with it. And they'll do it like gladly. They'll be fine with it. Because like I said, all of the bells and whistles are going to be tied to it. The AC, the lights on at night, the Netflix and video games. It's all going to be there. The DoorDash,
we're already there as far as that's concerned. Yeah.
We are not like society. The reason why we're so scared of super volcanoes and tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff like that is because that's the only thing that can rip us out of all this comfortable technological lifestyle that we live in. And I'm talking about, I don't mean like us as in like the group here. I mean like us as in like Americans. Us as in like modern civilized people. We love our technology. So just to kind of wrap it up, because we are getting towards 11 o'clock. I know you guys got stuff to do tomorrow probably. But China has developed the 7 nanometer chips. They've done it independently despite sanctions, which from the information that I've gathered, a lot of this was like stolen prior to when the sanctions were. A lot of this information was stolen prior to when the sanctions were put into effect, and the 7 nanometer chip is still several factors away from the 3 or 4 nanometer chips that we're developing here in house in this country. So, from what I understand, we've still got a really solid edge to the tune of like, I think like a decade. I think we've got like we're up on China as far as like the chip technology by a decade. But not to undersell it, this is a significant gain for China. But comparatively to America, I think we're still on solid ground. I don't know how you guys if you guys know anything about the chip situation, but
I don't know about.
This is why Taiwan is such a hot button thing, and I think we've got it locked down. I think we're relatively secure. I think that deal has been cut and done with.
I knew that's why like it's such a big deal that we defend Taiwan and we don't let them get invaded by China because of the chips. But as far as like the size of them and the efficiency of them, I
think this was the deal. I'm bringing this up now because if you notice in the article itself, the chips that apparently this was, excuse me. Apparently the company that developed this chip was I'm gonna mispronounce it. Huawei. The one that Huawei, the spy company, the one with the hackable cell phones.
Yeah.
That Australia had outed. Huawei is the one that developed the chip. So what I'm thinking here is that maybe there was some leakage, maybe a deal was cut, maybe Huawei was given the because again, in China it's not like here in America. In China, there is no private sector. That's all window dressing. That's all for show. It's all the state. So what I think is that to prevent a war in Taiwan, even though China's going to keep building their military force and keep flexing on the thing, I think we've pretty much escaped an invasion. I think they paid them with the 7 nanometer chips because it says that they look like close copies to the Taiwanese designed ones. So I think that maybe the design was sold to keep them from going into Taiwan. America keeps, the relationship with Taiwan going. Taiwan is ultimately going to be recognized by the greater global community. And China, gets they get chip technology from like 2017.
Hey man, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden done sold them that, man. They sold the J-20 fighter. Pull up I think it's a J-20. Pull up. They literally copied our fighter, bro. They copied.
Oh no, I saw that. That's their version of the M16 or the F-16.
No, it's the F-35 or F-22. It's one of the
What's
two.
It called the J-20?
J-20, yeah, Chinese J-20, I believe. And it should come up, bro. Pretty sure.
That was a copy of the F-35.
Yeah, right. One of the two. But again, we literally let them buy a company that had dual use technology. So that's why we fight Scribe. Because I agree with what you're saying. If we were under this level playing field, then I was right there with you in 2019. I was gung ho on America, but just not anymore. But not that they can't rekindle, but we got to get a lot more conservative as a nation.
I feel like we will go there because I genuinely.
I think you have to. You have to. We're in the weak men period, but again, that's where I'm at. But
we're swinging through there.
We are.
But check out. This is the DNA based computer that you were talking about. This is Chinese made, and this is actually I think more significant of a development than the chips. This right here says that it is using they've developed a technique where they use DNA strands as like biological wiring, so it transmits the data. So apparently it's much faster, much more efficient. But this ties back into the
faster
whole.
than quantum computing.
Yeah, this ties back
Really?
into all of that. So it ties back into the human robot relations thing. This is like more of like the Android, Elon Musk's Neuralink type stuff.
They probably stole that too. I'm
Yeah.
not trying. They probably had to steal it, so we just don't. We're not divulging that they stole it from us.
Yeah.
But more than likely, I mean, and that's one thing I will always say. Whatever they're showing us, the American government is 30 to 40 years ahead in technology.
I believe so.
The F-117 fighter was developed in the 70s, dude. We didn't even see it rolled out until 91. But it was, like I said, it was developed 20 years prior. So, yeah, And like I said, when they rolled it out in 91, you really didn't see it. You heard reports of this flying wing, this black wing. And then I think, then CNN started, this is the F-117. They started putting displays of it.
Yep.
It was still, it was unknown
they had
until...
already had something that can go invisible, like with the active camo, by the time they released that publicly.
Absolutely,
right? So,
with cloaking device, with
Yeah.
real life cloaking device, yes.
And now that they've released the cloaking device stuff, I can't even imagine this.
Well, wait a minute. Now that they just tie it all back in, now that they've released the alien stuff, now that they're actively pursuing and admitting aliens, like where are we at? Like, so they might even be on the time travel on the cusp of it. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe you can time travel, but
I think that the whole issue with the aliens thing is that. Just to tie it back, I don't believe they're extraterrestrial. I don't believe they come from another planet anywhere in the universe. I believe that they are extra dimensional. I think that they occupy. I think that's the only way that they're able to travel the way that they do, if they are, because that's the only way that would allow them to circumvent the laws of physics that they do, and the technology that they have is less about overcoming physical laws like gravity and thermodynamics and stuff like that. And it's more about, slipping between, the dimensions. So like, stuff like the Stargates and stuff like that makes a whole lot more sense when you consider it through the lens of like, what's it? When Einstein talked about the wormhole, right?
Einstein-Rosen bridge, yes.
Yeah.
That you can basically... You could time travel if you could, bridge those two gaps between the 2 points and move them closer together. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And imagine if you had a technology, which I honestly think that this kind of expands it into like a much greater conversation. We could do it some other time. I wanted to finish up this one for tonight, but I think that there's some truth to the alien stuff. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's what Hollywood makes it out to be like. I don't think it's like what popular opinion is, obviously. I just feel like, we're coming to a head on some very serious revelations, and all the stuff is tied together. The AI technology, the alien contact revelations, the stuff about, time and space manipulation and travel, all of that stuff is going to be all tied up together in the very same big revelation. That's all going to come out in the wash at the same time. It's not going to be piecemeal. We're not going to get it, in a kind of slow stream. There's going to be a huge event that transitions us from the current epoch that we're in to the next. I firmly believe that. But
so
there's something to end it on. The world's largest deposit of lithium may have been discovered inside U.S. supervolcano, helping to boost mining companies' stock. So we talked about AI, we talked about the military applications, we talked about the societal implications. We didn't talk about the physical costs of what it would take to build, a national AI, a globalized AI system. And we're talking about, physical resources that are orders of magnitude larger than, even our biggest, commercial projects right now. I think they've obviously already begun on this. I think that's what the international research lab in Antarctica is about, because that's the only thing that makes sense for me to why it would be out there. That every country in the world is equally invested in the development of AI. And the Antarctic is the only place that's got a cold enough environment that is physically removed from the rest of the world enough where you could hide a system like that and keep it cool. Because remember,
Yep, you need very cool. Yep. I follow. Yeah,
the temperatures would have to be very, very low, the ambient temperatures, and that's without also including air conditioning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think this what makes the most sense logistically speaking is Antarctica is a place where it's subject to international law. Every country is equally invested in it. Nobody is allowed to go there. It's a scientific research station. It's got a physical environment that's cold enough to support a massive, literally like the heart of a dying star heated AI system, right? The amount of resources that you would need to build something like that is something like this, something like the 20 to 40 million metric tons of lithium that's in the continental United States. Again, a development that has just come out alongside the AI summit. That can't be coincidental. It isn't for me. This is exactly the resource that we need for batteries, for computing technology. Everything related to our electronics industry is primarily lithium. So the fact that we here in America have now got supposedly the world's largest deposit of lithium, and they've already got the mining rights. The stock of the company's already gone up with the discovery.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So there's nothing that's going to get in the way of this. But what I wanted to point out to you as well is, you guys may not have known this. Do you know what the other two largest, or the other three largest?
You're cutting out, bro.
There's three more bodies of lithium that are the biggest in the world aside from this one. And do you know where they're located?
Are you gonna say America?
Two of them are in South America, and one of them's in Australia.
Yeah, I know the Australia. Australia's got like 16 of the 17 rare earths.
And they're a close good. They're a close ally to us. Like I said, I know you're not a big fan of the whole NAFTA 2.
Nope.
But it's coming, bro. It's literally that's what it's gonna be. Because again, Canada's got all the fertilizer for the farmland. Down here now we've got a bunch of lithium, but South America's got tons of lithium and manufacturing capabilities with Mexico. So I think it's just like I said, bro. We're pulling out of the global world order. We're coming back over to this side of the country, to this side of the hemisphere. We're gonna lock it down. We're gonna chrome out everything. Millennials are gonna work until they get too old to work, and then the robots are gonna take care of us, and we're gonna live on UBI.
Well, I think I definitely will agree with you there. You said a lot there that I don't, but I will agree that it will definitely be the reason to foster in UBI. But if you come to that, then I think that the 15-minute cities will be here. And the reason they call them 15-minute cities is because you can't call them concentration camps. So you and I differ on that. Again, I'm not going to derail or anything like that. I'm actually. Do you got much more? What are you? Is this the last thing you have? I just got to take the dog out. So
no, you're good, bro.
He craps in the house. You know.
No, you're good, bro. This is the very last slide. Actually, we're
beautiful.
Done.
Awesome.
If you guys wanted
Justin
to wrap it up,
had a run. Yeah, so I'm going to say peace out for him because he had a run. And he actually, I sent him some data. He doesn't believe in evolution anymore. So it's a very big discovery. He had to go call his mom and stuff and let her know that he's now on the anti-evolution bandwagon. But no, in all seriously, now he had a run. But I want to thank you and thank you for having us. I want to thank you for these conversations, bro. You know me, I'm normally either being militant about sports or being militant about politics. So coming on and just chilling is actually pretty cool. You know,
bro.
no need to be militant about everything, you know, when it comes to this stuff.
It's a good palate cleanser.
I'm from Philadelphia, bro. We destroy hitchhiking robots for military reasons. So, I mean, for context, yeah, that's kind of what we do. We are the worst sports fan base. Quick story. Guy is playing Santa Claus. He can't get to the stadium one year. They bring in some guy from the stands. He looks like a half-ass Santa Claus. Well, not only does Philadelphia boo him, they throw snowballs at him and pelt him. We boo Santa Claus in Philadelphia, in the city we are. And that'll give you context. But anyway, I want to thank you.
Yeah, bro.
I got to run, and I look forward to doing it again next week. So,
absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming on the show for sure. And yeah, man, it's a good palate cleanser. It's like I said, I get at the beginning, I get a lot of energy from this, man. And you know, we're doing one show a week now, but we're gonna build it up to 2 eventually, and then you know even more from there. We're gonna build the infrastructure around it. We're going to get some money flowing in. We're going to turn this project into something that's more productive than anything else I've got going on. So I appreciate you being here on the ground floor, man. And, you know,
here for it.
This is something that we can offer people that isn't offered anywhere else because, like we were saying at the very beginning, people have gotten so caught up in trying to fit a mold or you know, create a character that they lose sight of, you know, their own personality. They lose sight of what's genuine, and they end up embroiled in controversy and trouble and stuff like that, or they end up hated and hating themselves, hating the platform. So I want to avoid all that mess altogether. I want to have a good time and make some money. So we're gonna treat it like a real professional undertaking, and then we're gonna see where it goes, bro.
Sounds good, bro. I'm here for it, and like I said, I will see you next week. Obviously, I'll see you around Discord. We'll be talking. And anybody listening, don't forget to boost the algorithm. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like, follow, subscribe, do all the stuff you gotta do. That's free, costs you nothing. So anyway, thanks for joining us. And yeah, homie, I'll talk to you. Thank you again. I'm out.
Have a good night, man.
All right, man. Bye.
All right, guys, that's the end of episode 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Almost 3.5 hours of streaming content. I told you guys it was going to be a big show, but we got through it. A little bit of sidetrack, quite a bit of schizo-affective conversations happening. Not going to lie, but it was fun. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and looking forward to next week as always. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Until next time, safe travels. Love you guys.